too much, and I never really cared to have something like that. So for it to actually happen, it's a special moment, and for me to actually make a mark in the year that I'm going to be here, it's special for sure.
Turning to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo would return last night. He would play 25 minutes, scoring 19 points. It's not enough, though, as the Deer would fall to the Celtics 108-81. Giannis said after the game he was just happy to be out there. The Bucks currently sit 11th in the East with a record of 26-34 and will host the Hawks tomorrow night.
For nearly 40 years, ABC of Wisconsin has been helping men and women transform themselves into well-paid, productive members of their construction teams. Today, we have 2,000 active apprentices in 10 different skilled trade programs, and we educate individuals in more trades than anyone else. To get your career started, go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
Spring training continues on for the Brewers down in Arizona, though they will not play again until Wednesday when they face off against the Cubs. Meanwhile, a double-digit number of players from the organization will be taking part of the World Baseball Classic, which gets going today, and NFL free agency is now just less than a week away. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
Well, not only are we back for a Tuesday show of Over the Line, good morning, everyone, but last night, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, returned for the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay? Here we go. Giannis Antetokounmpo, after doing anything and everything except playing basketball. He was at, when Peter Fagan, the Milwaukee Bucks president, was given the key to the city and just there celebrating with them. This was all during before the trade deadline. Doing all kinds of fun there. And then the other day, what the hell was Giannis doing? He was doing anything and everything. Besides, now at the All-Star break, he was coaching for the festivities. He said he was 100%, just had to get back into action. Back to game speed. So we kept waiting. And Giannis Antetokounmpo came back last night. But here's the thing. It wasn't enough. The Milwaukee Bucks, they got their asses handed to them by the Boston Celtics. Not enough. But the Greek Freak was back. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25 minutes, 19 points. He scored the most out of anyone on there, so it was nice to have him back. But again, the Bucks lose 108-81. And then there was this that's back. Not only is Giannis back, but the talk of Giannis getting him out of Milwaukee is back. It never really left, but now that he's playing again, the talking heads can't quite help themselves. Now, the NBA's got a big problem when it comes to a lot of things. The regular season it kind of stinks. It's boring. Giannis is a superstar, but like a Michael Jordan, a LeBron James, who's the next? You know, I mean, remember cheering for, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. I was a big Tracy McGrady guy. Allen Iverson. I loved Allen Iverson. You got players like that, but nothing that's really like grabbing headlines and attention. But for some reason, what is grabbing the headlines or wants to grab the headlines is a problem in the NBA. It's called tanking. Tanking is a huge problem in the NBA. And it's one of the reasons why right now the NBA is kind of a poor product. You're devoid of a gigantic superstar. You have players that are load management. And you go back to Michael Jordan, go back to the early days of LeBron. There was no load management. You have load management. You have the lack of, I guess, calling and following rules, and the tanking. And now here's the thing with Giannis Antetokounmpo back. Now we ramp up once again, getting Giannis out of Milwaukee. Listen to this really quick. This is one of those things where someone says, well, I'm not, insert thing here, but this is NBA on ESPN. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes back for the first time in a long time last night, drops 19 points in 25 minutes. He has been out for months with a calf injury. And we already did the whole rigmarole of leading up to the trade deadline of everyone saying Giannis is going to leave. Giannis doesn't leave. And remember, the problem in the NBA, and one of them is a thing called tanking, and we're trying to not tank. Adam Silver was even talking about bringing in AI to the games to make us, the consumer, more interested, and also when it comes to the game itself. Anyways, tanking is a huge problem in the NBA. They can't help themselves talk, though, about Giannis Antetokounmpo getting out of Milwaukee. Take a listen from last night.
What's the most valuable asset that the Bucks would have to improve the team in the offseason? It would be a lottery pick, and I hate to be hypocritical because have been very critical of the tanking epidemic, right?
But
there's a tanking epidemic because that's the smartest strategy. This is not in the Bucks' best long-term interest. We're not going to pretend that the Bucks have a chance in hell of doing anything in the Eastern Conference playoffs this year. They can pretend that in Milwaukee. No, stop it. Stop it. No. The Bucks do not have any chance of doing anything. They're not going to win. They're not going to win a single playoff game. I will say that right now.
There you go. We don't want tanking in the NBA because it's ruining the league. But the Milwaukee Bucks need to tank since now they have their best player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, back. But they need to tank. So there you go. We are so back with Giannis Antetokounmpo, not only of him on the court, but also the NBA and the talk against covering it back right what they know best. Well, I'm not, but keep the same energy everywhere. All right, 608-321-1670. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Twitch.tv, search my name, Ebo says. I hate to be that guy, but Twitch.tv, Ebo says, hit the follow. YouTube, Ebo says, hit subscribe. 608-321-1670. You can call it in. You can text it in as well. And speaking of that, phone lines. Joe Thomas was on yesterday. Joe Thomas was in studio yesterday talking about Hall of Famer, Badgers, the Browns, the NFL. And then he started his own Hall of Fame meat. Incredible cuts of meat. Wagyu beef, baby. And then Joe Thomas, I took a picture with him after the show. It's been blowing up. I think Kinger asked how did it feel to feel like Z and the D's height? Yeah, Joe Thomas is 6'6". What did he say? He was like 245, 250. When he was playing, he was about 300. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", 195, 200 pounds. I felt like a midget. I felt like a tiny little – I felt like Z and the D. Looking at the picture is hilarious. What a cool guy, though. All right, speaking of phone lines. Kinger, is that you?
Yo.
What's up, baby? What's going on? I did feel like Z and the D. And I never want to feel like that again.
Well, at least your height wasn't as bad when Caleb Durbin stood next to was it Miles Turner at the Packers game.
Yeah, no kidding.
There was like almost good 2 feet between the two, but won't get that pitcher again since Durbin's gone, and Turner, well, he only has a few more weeks left of playing basketball.
Yeah, yep. That's right. Because they're not going to make the playoffs. I hate to be this guy, but.
But that's why the NBA expanded the playoffs to get those play-in games, so they can try and get more revenue that people won't watch. Because we all know the regular. This is still the preseason in the NBA. Regular season doesn't start until mid-April, when the bottom 10 teams don't make it.
Correct. This is just tuning up, getting a warm up right here.
Yeah, and the whole tanking. We gotta avoid tanking and load management, blah this, blah that. But yeah, we want to expand the league. We want to go back to Seattle. We want a team in Las Vegas so you can bet, make all that predictions and money. But yet you need 7 to 8 different streaming services to watch just your local team.
But
yeah. I mean, it was nice to see Giannis back. Obviously it was going to be time restriction and do what he could. And unfortunately, even against the Celtics D team, they still lost by 30-something points.
Yeah.
But it's the
tank.
NBA. Anything?
Start tanking.
Start tanking. Well, I mean, Greg Palooza doesn't start for another week and a half. So.
Yeah, buddy. Getting tanked there.
You know it.
Yeah.
And then I see that Rich Bisaccia, he landed on his feet real quick.
He ended up at Auburn?
Clemson.
Clemson, yes.
Yeah, they're both Tigers, supposedly. One plays in the ACC, the other one SEC, that Southeast area, Alabama, South Carolina, they're about the same.
Yeah, because he's friends with Dabo Sweeney.
So and I know Grant was talking about that. I had him on, not like I was listening that closely to him, but I mean, it's like really meant what does this really say of him? After the almost 40 days, 38. You want to be precise. Decide I need a break. And the whole being stressed out and so forth. And at my work, just had one of our team leads. Basically, everyone liked him, did his job, but he was sick and tired of all the bull crap going around. And you know what? I'm stepping away, and screw you guys. You figure this out.
Yep. Sometimes you just got. Sometimes a man just got to leave.
Yeah, and just you had enough, and and so on and so forth. So,
Kinger, anything else, buddy?
So, my San Jose Sharks, they're back in action tonight. They're potentially making a push for the playoffs. Outside looking in, taking on the Montreal Canadiens. So I believe Cole Caulfield, as long as he's still healthy, I'll see him tonight taking on the Sharks out in San Jose, and what they say, the future is teal.
See you, brother.
Adios, muchachos.
See you, Kinger. See you, buddy. The future is teal. Line 2. Good morning. Matt in the darkness. What's up? What's up, baby?
What up?
What's happening? What's going on?
Giannis is back, but not for long. He wants out.
Bucks start. Giannis comes back, and now time for the Bucks to tank every game.
Tank. I was actually at the game on Friday. It's a pretty pathetic experience to watch the Bucks lose by 30. But
how many people was it? How many people were there? Was it full?
Dude, the NBA is always packed no matter what. Luckily I've been a little off the sauce, so I didn't have to spend $100+ on $15 Michelob Ultras or anything, which I've done before.
Well, that's good. Would you save it for a couple of hot dogs and a water or something?
Well, I bought a $10 Celsius and a $7 water.
Oof.
So $17
Mm.
for me and my cohort, 10 and 7. $17 for an energy drink and a water. I will say this though. You ever seen that bumper sticker that says "I closed Walski's" or whatever?
It says what?
I closed Walski's. You know Walski's? It's like a bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I want a bumper sticker that says "I saw Thanasis score 1 point." Thanasis entered the game with like 5 minutes. They were getting beat so bad that Thanasis entered the game with 5 minutes to go.
You know, Isaac Gard for Wisconsin. Isaac Gard is the human victory cigar. Thanasis Adetokounmpo for the Bucks is the human white flag. That's the surrender. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. And dude, I believe I have to check the box score, but I think he had 1 point. He got fouled and he made one free throw but missed the other. So I think he had 1 point. And remember Ajax? Remember when Ajax would start every game, kind of like Aaron Ashby?
Yeah.
Ajax is now like another white flag or red victory cigar.
The victory cigar.
Or losing. Well,
Yeah.
there's no victory cigars for the Bucks.
No.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. Yes.
Ajax entered the game. Remember when Gary Trent Jr. was a starter as well, and
I
then
do.
he dropped that ball?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's a bench player now. So yeah, I learned a lot about the Bucks on Friday.
Man, I found, and I can't believe this is, I found an article from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the quest for the "I closed Wolski" sticker in Milwaukee. This is about the bumper sticker you're talking about. But believe it or not, a story about a bumper sticker is indeed behind a paywall. I can only read the first paragraph.
Oh, well, luckily I got, I got my dad's login to the Milwaukee. I think you can add people to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. So I'm able to read all that. So maybe I'll have to check it out. And send it to you.
There you go. I'm like, wow, a story about a bumper sticker behind a paywall. Great.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Otherwise,
Brewers! Brewers today. Are you Great Britain's ready to get tuned up? You think, dude?
Get tuned up by the Miz. Let's see. Great Britain versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I also want to say tomorrow.
Yeah.
UW Milwaukee, UWM versus Detroit Mercy. The Horizon League tournament.
Oh, dude.
Begins.
What?
Early. The big major schools they're not even done with the regular season, but the Horizon League tournament.
Yeah.
And who knows? Doug Gottlieb. Let's see what happens. They're good this year. We got to see what happens.
The Horizon, UW Milwaukee, their last game was February 25th. They had that much time off?
Yeah.
Damn.
I just noticed that the other day. I was like, wait, they have no game. Yeah. So.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow they play Detroit Mercy.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know who Green Bay plays, but I'll have to check. But I have ESPN Plus.
You got it all, dude.
I'll be watching. Oh, I'm definitely canceling that after March Madness for sure.
I love it, dude. Matt, anything else, brother? Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah, just tune in to the Horizon League tournament.
Yes,
for
true, real basketball.
Yeah, and then I think I sent you this. You said something about the NBA wants to implement AI. Remember when AI meant Allen Iverson?
Oh, that's my favorite kind of AI.
The answer.
That's my favorite AI.
The answer. All right.
Memories. Matt, we love you, brother.
All right, peace.
Nice to see you, man. All right, let's. Here's what we're gonna do. Allen Iverson. I was just watching Allen Iverson highlights the other day. Amazing. All right, phone calls. Hang on. We'll take a little breaky poo here, and we'll come right back.
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find? What will I find? Lay me on the ground and fly me in the sky. Show me let your light shine down. Haven't let your light shine down.
I'm crossing the line. You're crossing the line. The whole damn system crossing the line. Who cares? Maybe you don't understand what I'm talking about.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Rich Bisaccia has found a new home. RJ, good morning, brother.
Good morning.
Rich Bisaccia, friends with Dabo Sweeney. Hello, Clemson.
Okay.
To the college ranks.
I guess that's a thing.
I saw, what is it? Peter Bukowski talking about how I have to go find the tweet. It was a bizarre one. That Rich Bisaccia essentially was sick of being getting the ire of the fan base. That's why. How do you spell that guy's last name again?
You've been spelling it the wrong way for so long.
Yeah, I don't even remember how to spell it. There we go. That Rich Bisaccia essentially is a. Let's hear it. And I quote: "No one gives a bleep about the special teams coach in college. I can imagine Rich was sick of the entire fan base believing he should be fired." Ira would retort with, what millionaire coach who is been around and as old as Rich Bisaccia in the NFL would give two craps about what a fan base thinks of what he does?
Yeah, that's.
They don't care.
Imagine having your feelings hurt as an NFL head coach or an NFL coordinator.
Coordinator. Now I can see some of the players because sometimes they'll get on social media and they'll fight people on social media. They don't have to delete a tweet and apologize.
Or their parents will.
Yeah, but coach, do you think any organization would be successful if it was ran by what the fans' opinion was? There's no way.
Well, I mean,
Malik Willis would be the starting quarterback for the Packers.
So would what?
Sean Clifford would have been before that. You know?
And then the people who wanted Matt Flynn, they got to see that.
Yeah.
Then he got a job.
Yeah.
Somewhere else and got beat out by a rookie. But I will say, in the unique scenario where fans are owners here,
maybe Rich could not take the heat from the owners.
Yeah.
They kept waving that piece of paper in front of his face.
Like,
said, I'm going to fire you, buddy.
Get you fired.
I'm going to fire you, buddy. All right, we have so Rich Bisaccia teaming up with his buddy Dabo Sweeney. He's it's with
I think
the
this is
Tigers. Go Tigers.
a step. Oh, wrong Tigers.
Oh yeah, good point.
But you can still say it.
Yeah, you can't go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
A lot of Tigers out there.
But this is like a step towards ending your coaching career. You see a lot of older guys who like either were head coaches or coordinators or NFL coaches go back to college as they start like gearing things down.
Mm.
But like it's a little weird in this day and age of college. So I don't know what he's going to be doing. Has it been announced? All I saw was he's joining Clemson's
Yeah,
staff.
that's all I saw too.
So who knows if he's a senior advisor or whatever he's going to be doing.
You know what they say, what goes up must come down, RJ. That's
Right.
the life of people in football. You start out, look at Matt LaFleur. He started out parking cars.
Yeah.
He was just an assistant parking car. Who's he parking cars?
GA.
Yeah, GA.
For,
Who's he?
Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly threw a party and invited Matt LaFleur and Robert Saleh, and they thought they were going to go rub elbows, but no, he said, nope, you're the valets at this party.
Brian Kelly saw Welcome to America and was like, I'm going to do this with my GAs.
Yeah.
Where Mr. McDowell was like, come on out to the house. Dress nice.
Matt LaFleur started parking cars, and then all of a sudden he's working his way up the ranks a little bit. Then they let him carry around a tray of appetizers and some champagne glasses. Like he
was tendon bar.
He went from valet to the hors d'oeuvres, carrying them around, and then eventually made his way to being a quarterback's coach at Northern Michigan. He went to Ashland as an OC, then the Texans as an assistant, the Redskins as a quarterback's coach, and Notre Dame a quarterback's coach, and now he's the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And now here's what will happen eventually.
You're fired.
Eventually he will be fired or quit. He'll probably be a head coach somewhere else, and then maybe somewhere else, and then eventually it'll start dipping off, RJ, as the sunset setting on his career.
Go back to a coordinator.
It'll be a coordinator, and then it'll be like an assistant. It'll be like an analyst.
Yeah.
Well, he's a pretty boy. He might end up on TV, though, too.
He's not that great of a talker.
Yeah, that's true.
His interviews aren't the greatest.
What goes up eventually does indeed come down.
He cries in the middle of them sometimes.
Yeah.
No, like nothing wrong with crying.
Good-looking guy, though.
Yeah, well, when the money's there.
Let's see, guy. G-Buns 21. Guys, I got up at 5 o'clock to look at the moon, and it was effing cloudy. Was there a full moon?
There was a blood moon.
I feel like there's one of those like every other month.
A total lunar eclipse. Blood moon. Was this morning.
Didn't see it. Guess I wasn't really looking. 608-321-16. So, line 1, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Scott. I'm on Cloud 9.
Fantastic.
Hey, I have a little spring news for you. Guess what is Saturday night this weekend?
Slinky Day.
Daylight savings time.
That kind of spring. I was thinking spring.
Oh,
Saturday night.
Everybody loves a Slinky.
Saturday night we spring forward.
Oh, so
Yep.
we lose?
Yeah, we lose an hour. So go to bed early.
I already do.
Well, earlier.
I actually, it's called an atomic clock.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
most
having-
accurate clock one could have, Scott, is the atomic clock.
That's what I have. The only thing is, it's kind of a pain because it changes the daylight savings time after an hour to do it. And there's kind of, but I have one of those.
Well, if it
Now, how does
changes,
that
like,
work?
why would you do it then?
There you go. Now, how does that work? Is that like from a polar? How does that work?
Sorry, say that again?
How does what work?
Those atomic clocks.
Atomic clocks measure time by tuning a microwave signal to match the exact natural resonant frequency of atoms, typically, which causes electrons to change by counting. What in the world? By counting over a
9,192,631,770 of
These vibrations.
The clock precisely defines 1 second.
Wow.
So there you
I'm
go.
lost. I'm lost.
How could you be lost by that explanation?
How do you say atoms such as, is it cesium-133?
Yeah, typically cesium-133.
Have electrons that exist in specific energy states. To move from a lower to a higher energy state, they must absorb magnetic radiation at very specific frequency. There you go. There's your atomic clock, Scott.
Wow.
Who in the hell thought of that? Aliens.
You know,
Ancient aliens.
I've never ever heard myself trying to think of something like that.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Scott, listen, there was once a time when someone invented the atomic clock, and now you have kids that don't even know what bottom of the hour means. Think of that, Scott.
Can't read an analog clock.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I weep for humanity. At least I can read. At least I know what bottom of the hour
I did
means.
have a kid once tell me, I do know the little hand's the hour hand. Okay, so where's it pointing? I don't know. What? Hold on. What?
I have no
You
idea.
have this halfway figured out and you can't tell where the hand's pointing?
well, you know, I don't have a problem with technology, but when it gets that bad to where you can't read a digital clock versus the digital clock,
Yeah.
there's a little problem.
Scott, there's kids these days that can't even tie their own shoes. And when I say kids, they're full-grown adults that live in their parents' basement.
You want to know the truth? I don't have laces. I have slip-ons.
Well, you're working smarter, not harder, Scott.
I have Skechers.
Scott, there's some kids that have the Velcro shoes. And they don't even know how to put those on.
That's pretty bad.
I know.
That's if you can't figure out Velcro, considering the fact that it probably does itself, that's pretty bad.
Yep, Scott, it's over. Where's the meteor?
We did traveling van.
Boston.
No. Traveling van.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, CCR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whole lot of love.
Hello, love?
A whole lot of love.
Oh, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Jane.
Jefferson Starship.
Give a little bit.
Supertramp.
Yep. Automatic.
TV one.
An atomic clock.
You got to think 80s.
I don't know.
The Pointer Sisters.
Yeah, sorry.
Turn it on again.
Over the line.
Genesis.
Genesis, yep. Rubber Band Man.
Mumford and Sons have a new song called The Rubber Band Man, so that's right.
The Spinners. Yeah.
Yep, Spinners, right.
By the way,
Yeah,
Scott,
you guys-
Mumford and Sons coming to the Kohl Center. Are you going to go?
Nah, I saw him on Saturday Night Live clips.
No, I would. Sticks in Chicago is supposed to be around here. I'd like to go
Scott,
to that.
are you aware of the band Mumford and Sons? Have you heard of them before?
Well, I've heard of them. I just never gotten into them.
One of the guys
I've
is
heard of
from
them.
Wisconsin.
One of the
I've
guys got
heard-
kicked out.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
I
They
don't know
broke.
what
It was an amicable split because they didn't believe on certain things together.
Never mind. What's the next song? It doesn't matter. What's the next song, Scott?
You may be right.
Billy Joel.
You make my dreams.
Make My Dreams Come True by Holland Oates.
Yep. Well, guys, it's supposed to snow for about a half hour and then stop today.
Yeah, well, I think we passed that already, didn't we? Wasn't it an overnight wintry mix that only was rain?
Well, Scott, I want you to, enjoy your atomic clock and think about this, Scott. Someone once invented that, and now kids wouldn't even know what the bottom of hour means, Scott. Okay, we love you, buddy.
The
Scott.
funny thing is, I'm not going to think that hard.
Okay, see you, buddy.
Have a good day. Love you guys.
Much love, Scott.
I wouldn't think that hard either.
Guess what? I never actually thought of how the atomic clock works.
Well, now you know.
And there's the rest of the story. Hua B, Rubber Band Man, wild as the tail of man. We'll come right back.
Oh, you can count. Good for you.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
All right, welcome back in. Interesting that Rich Bisaccia now is with Dabo Sweeney. Clemson comes calling his name. And after my experience at Lambeau Field on Saturday talking to, you're out there talking to people, keeping your ear to the streets. Matt LaFleur and the grading that has come out, he has dropped the full letter grade. In fact, Matt LaFleur is in the same... When it comes to all coaches, Matt LaFleur's letter grade, there was 6 coaches he was in the same vicinity of. 5 of them
no longer have jobs.
The only other one was, I think it was Harbaugh. So,
Well, and he got fired.
no, John. Rich Bisaccia, in my conversations, sounded like Rich Bisaccia, obviously, from what I was told, knew every single player's name, their family's names, their kids, their wives. They'd always ask. He was very personable, but again, take it with a grain of salt from the person I was talking to. But they were at a pretty close person with the Packers within the organization, and said, "Rich, losing a lot of sleep."
Who was it?
I was never sworn to secrecy, but I think it was.
Yeah, no,
it was
understood.
It was understood. And that Rich was just kind of, sometimes you don't, the direction some place is headed, you're like, I don't want to be headed that direction anymore. 38 days later, I'm out.
Go this way.
And now he's in the college ranks. Yeah, not quite too sure of what his role is yet. But yeah, just former Packers special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia joining Clemson's staff. That was about it. And now we have this new guy. Well, will we ever get an introductory press conference for Jonathan Gannon, the new DC, or now the new guy, Cameron Accord?
When we get to mini camps, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe Ed Policy, the new Packers president and CEO. The moniker Silent Ed. He has made everyone a vow of silence. You will not talk to anyone. 608-321-1670. Line 1, good morning.
Evo.
Hey.
It's the Warrior, the 23-year-old now, Thomas. U-W-L. Thomas. Thomas on air. On air Thomas. TG. How in the heck are we doing?
I've never been better, Thomas. RJ, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty darn good.
How are you?
Did you enjoy that too? Did that bring some juice?
Did you enjoy that too? Did that bring some juice? Thomas, are we on some kind of some 800 line here or something?
What?
Do you know what that is?
Why?
Oh, just how you were talking very
The talk lines?
Yeah, you're talking very sultry there, I would say.
Oh, sorry.
Like, did you
sorry.
enjoy
No, no.
that? Was
Hey,
it some
I'm in.
juice?
Here, let's just forget that happened.
No, I was just hearing. No.
Do you want to?
No,
Remember. A, we don't apologize. B, we never start over. Is that a rule too on the show?
Sure.
Or can we redo it?
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
wasn't
let's
a
just keep
complaint.
it
It was just different. You know, now you got this like deeper voice going on now. Yeah. Maybe your balls dropped finally.
Yesterday you became a man.
Yeah, you become a man at 23.
That very, very true. Very, very, very true. Well, hey, I mean, I want to just give a little post day one birthday debrief, Colin, if that's okay.
Please.
And then also talk a little sports too. Well, let's start with the sports. Jeremiah Love. I reckon I must say I didn't watch this, but he ran a 4.36.40.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that. I'm really happy for that. I know my friends. Give him a shout out to Curtis Lever, who goes to the University of St. Thomas, and then his younger brother Johnny Lever, who goes to the University of Tulsa down there in Oklahoma, where the rain comes in through the rain. That little jingle, you know.
Yeah.
Wind comes sweeping down the plain.
I don't know. I don't know the last couple
I just
words.
love it where the rain comes. It was good.
But no, it would be remiss if I didn't ask, how in the heck are you guys doing on this Tuesday? Did you enjoy the call yesterday with me calling in?
Thomas, did you? Let me ask you a
and
question.
then what did you think of me and Greg calling in?
I was called. I was.
two-way call?
What a pleasant surprise. Did you call? So you called into Over the Line. Did you call into the Bill Michaels show yesterday?
We did do that.
And then
Yep.
did you
I
call into the
called
Wisco Sports Show yesterday as well, Grant show?
I did.
You
And
so you
then I
hit the
even went-
trifecta.
And then how about this? Are you familiar with Joni McDonald? Joni Mac, who used to be on Yell's Network.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a
Called
cheeseburger in his
into
mouth at all
his show
times.
too.
Jordy Mac.
I called him to his show. I was all over.
You were.
Thomas, what are you doing with your life currently? Are we still in school? Are we just sitting around all day calling sports talk shows? What's your day-to-day look like?
No, I'm very much a school student.
Okay,
School always comes first before anything.
Yeah, okay.
No, I
good.
made an
I was just
exception for my podcast. Hold on. I made an exception for the podcast though. Over the weekend. You know, Sunday, Monday. So, by the way, I do really, 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 really want to get you guys on the podcast sometime mid-May. Do you guys have a good email that I could send some info about it to?
I just use the USPS. I like, I'm kind of an old school guy. I like doing the snail mail. Like letters. Have you ever wrote a letter and addressed an envelope? I'm kind of bringing it back. Are you familiar with a letter and an envelope and a stamp? I don't know what the 23-year-olds know about. I'm not
Some
sure.
kids nowadays don't know how to use the mail. I did have a kid ask me how to address an envelope once.
Do you know how to
I
do
was
that?
like, excuse me?
If not, we can help. Are you there? You choking? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Well,
oh my gosh. Snail mail. Dude, you made me crack the flip up. Oh my.
Thank you. That's
that's
what I'm here for.
No.
Hello?
Can't
You okay?
stop.
Are you in stitches over there?
Me in stitches.
You can't stop
That was
laughing?
so good.
Thank you.
I know. Okay. Bro, okay. Well, hey, I also want to talk a little bit about the birthday.
Okay, yeah. Last thing, because we got to hit a commercial break. Did you get hammered drunk? Go to the strip club? What'd you do?
No.
Or
No.
probably the exact opposite.
And then maybe later this week, I want to ask. I had one more thing. Later this week, breathe. Later this week, I am going to come out with another Constitution. This time for our good friends, shout out our sponsor, Quick Trip. So just be prepared for that. That one has almost 20 articles.
Well, how about this? For your new you can read like a couple articles on our show, and then you call in the bills, and then you read a couple articles, and then Grant's show, you read the majority of them.
Ooh,
See?
I like it.
You spread. Thomas, I feel guilty for all these phone calls you give me. I want you to share your love. I don't want you to pigeonhole yourself just to Over the Line. I think you should. Bill Michaels needs to hear more of you. Grant Bills needs to hear more of you. I just can't be the one that's always having it. It's got to be those other two guys as well.
Yeah. or should it be more like on a national level too?
Yeah, call the national shows. Thomas, you are destined to be like Johnny Appleseed. Go and just throw your seed everywhere, not just here, everywhere.
You betcha. You betcha.
All right, good.
Hey, guys. I do want to say this though.
Last thing, because we gotta hit a break here. You keep saying one last thing, then it's another thing.
The birthday was really, really, really good. I told Grant yesterday I went to Howie's. I want to leave you guys with this. First off, can you hit me at least 2 times with a boom shakalaka? Boom shakalaka. Hit it one more time. Boom shakalaka. There we go. And I told Grant this, but I nearly died at Howie's having their Buffalo Ranch burger. But the rodeo burger was a lot more mild. So I need to know. I'm going to hang up. What's your favorite type of burger that you've ever had at a restaurant? And hey, everybody, including you guys, go for your dreams. On Air Thomas is out.
Thank you. There's got to be some kind of like, you know how they have terror cells, RJ, that are like within.
Yeah.
Like there's like terror cells within, the United States. There's terror cells here ready to be activated and strike.
Yep. Mike from Portage is in one.
I feel like a terror cell has been activated. And it's going a full out blitzkrieg. I don't even know. A full out kind of just to call bomb over the line the Bill Michaels show and the Wisco Sports Show with Grant Pills. That it's one of those things where you're just I'm at a loss for words, to be honest with you. It's one of those things I don't even know what to say. Where it's so you just can't help but keep going because you want to know where it goes.
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, you're
it's like drinking Drano. Sure, it'll clean you out, but you feel dead inside.
I just quit it to going to rotten.com when I was a kid. I know I shouldn't be I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I do it anyways. And my favorite burger is a double cheeseburger, everything on it from Culver's. Can't beat it. Price point, quality, everything. Craig Culver's in his bag. Thomas, I got to regroup. We'll come right back.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
All right, indeed, a terror cell has been activated. I was just informed that Hot Take Thomas, who is on Twitch right now. Good morning, Thomas. He's now, again, it's been activated. Now he's on the internet. He also called into a Milwaukee station of Sparky yesterday. So he's got Thomas, today I want you to call into every single station in Wisconsin today. Carve out a day of just every single one. Please. All right, RJ, we have a work conundrum I want to get to. That happened. We love to bring in our what happens off here on air here at work. We have a work conundrum. We have Rich Bisaccia now with Clemson. We got some Badgers, we got Bucks, and we got Great Britain. Come get some. I'll explain coming up soon.
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Well, Wisconsin was back on the floor for practice yesterday as they get ready for their final 2 games of the regular season, including tomorrow's final home game against Maryland. The Badgers are coming off a split of their West Coast road trip, losing to Oregon but beating Washington. The game against the Huskies featured a record-breaking performance from Braden Carrington. The transfer hit 9 3-pointers, which broke the school record of 8. He admitted it's meaningful for him, especially it's the only year he's in Madison.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It took a while for me to, I think, really realize it. I think the whole year, being just a role guy, you don't expect to have a moment like that too much, and I never really cared to have something like that. So for it to actually happen, it's a special moment, and for me to actually make a mark in the year that I'm going to be here, it's special for sure.
Turning to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo would return last night. He would play 25 minutes, scoring 19 points. It's not enough, though, as the Deer would fall to the Celtics 108-81. Giannis said after the game he was just happy to be out there. The Bucks currently sit 11th in the East with a record of 26-34, and will host the Hawks tomorrow night.
For nearly 40 years, ABC of Wisconsin has been helping men and women transform themselves into well-paid, productive members of their construction teams. Today, we have 2,000 active apprentices in 10 different skilled trade programs, and we educate individuals in more trades than anyone else. To get your career started, go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
Spring training continues on for the Brewers down in Arizona, though they will not play again until Wednesday when they face off against the Cubs. Meanwhile, a double-digit number of players from the organization will be taking part of the World Baseball Classic, which gets going today, and NFL free agency is now just less than a week away. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
Who's ready to come get some? Gonna go red, white, and blue all over your ass. Actually gonna go blue and gold. Jacob Mizorowski. His first appearance at 2026 won't come against a Major League Baseball team. No. He's gonna start rifling off some bullets to Great Britain. Who's ready? You ready, RJ? I'm ready. He's ready. The World Baseball Classic. Jacob Mizorowski will make his spring debut in front of fans today when the Brewers host Team Great Britain.
Do they have better jerseys than last time?
I'm not sure.
They were the ones that just like they were like, oh no, we have a team. Use Times New Roman and just put it across our chest.
The Miz is going to go 1776 all over your ass, Great Britain. Get ready. Coming in hot. Let's see. Could you... Dude. Imagine, if you will, RJ. You're marching in a line with a bunch of other dudes. You're a little malnourished. Probably a little drunk. Got some itchy cotton on that hasn't been washed in probably ever. And you got one shot to make it count. And some dude is just banging away on a drum and other guys on some fifes.
And the other one's holding the flag.
And you're just marching. You're getting fired up? You getting fired up?
A little bit.
I think you have. I don't think anything else at the time that you know it existed that, like, no one's bringing out an electric guitar and just, you know. You got this right here. This actually is getting me fired up.
Yeah, theirs isn't much better than the year before. It looks like just larger lettering.
Let's hear about the game. Today's a great opportunity for Great Britain to build up to the World Baseball Classic, which will begin for them on Friday against Team Mexico down in Houston. The Miz, though, Great Britain has plenty of big leaguers on their team, so it wasn't as if Mizorowski would be bowling his fastball by a bunch of pitchers who have never seen something of that velocity.
Yeah.
But for a Brewers fan, today's game will be the first opportunity to see The Miz since his incredible postseason performance in October. Come get some, Great Britain. This is getting me pretty fired up right here, actually. Pretty cool. I like this. 608-321-1660. Yeah, line one. Good morning.
Kyrie Kumite.
Eric on I-90. Kyrie Kumite, my friend.
Kyrie Kumite.
I like that music too. It really
takes you
keeps
back.
the pace. Keeps the pace.
Keeps you marching.
Keeps
you marching.
Somehow.
Yep.
You got to have the drum. Often wondered. I guess I haven't often wondered. I just wondered right now. So it's one time wondered. Why they chose the flute. Probably size, I would guess.
Well, you got to march while playing the flute, and I feel like that makes breathing harder, too, as you're marching. Yeah, I don't know.
I would say so. I mean, you're not going to drag a saxophone out there.
And I don't know if the wooden instruments have as big as the oomph as the wind instrument.
They'd swell up. They'd swell up. The reeds would swell up.
Hard to keep them in tune, I would imagine, as the weather changes.
Right. The sax player would have a rough time. He'd be but the flute. You could tie a flute right to your musket. You could use it as a sight, actually, if you put a crosshair. So
you could whittle it. You know how you could put a bayonet at the end of that thing. I feel like.
Right. It could be actually you could tie a ball and chain on it too. You got a little place.
Yeah. Maybe a little blow dart, a little.
Right. So got that. They had that going for them. Yeah. Had to have the drum though. Drum kept the pace. And That's
That's
all
just
I
how
got
you
to
kept
say now.
marching. That's how you kept going, man. And maybe the thought of there may be some booze waiting for you at the end of that march.
They were drunk. All those guys were kind of drunk all the time because that's all they had to drink.
Yeah, it was the cleanest,
We went over
cleanest
that.
thing to drink.
Right? They didn't drink water; they'd get sick. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, you get a little booze
another
in
little
you?
history lesson, guys.
Hey,
Another
well,
little
let me ask
history
you this.
lesson.
Well, now that we're thinking out loud here, how drunk was the flute player? Or did he have to be the one that was on his best behavior?
Them guys they were trying to keep pace and trying to keep the other drunks going. So I would think they just drank less.
I think. I would
So-
imagine so. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, pull that flute out and start marching. It's strange. It really is. That's just the way they did things. We didn't question it.
No, I mean, what else are you going to do? You know?
That's what they always do.
Get drunk and go
so that's
line up
why
in a
we're
single
doing it,
file line and to get mowed down. Best of luck.
right?
Yeah.
So I was wondering about punters
Mm-hmm.
and punt returners.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of talk about Green Bay's punt returner not having a punt return.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, is the punt return even necessary? Is it?
Well, you know, watching Devin Hester, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, those are slim. Those are far away and few of them.
It's like hitting the lottery, you know? Is it worth it?
Right.
Is it even worth it?
I'm going to tell you, and if I'm watching a football game, if I'm watching my beloved Vikings, and we get to the punt return team out there, my ass cheeks clinch up the most on that play because it's going to be a big problem. It can go so bad. You really can.
Especially, well,
not a
imagine
chance
being a Packers fan, where special teams is your Achilles heel. There's no one's marching to the beat of any drum on the Packers special teams.
Your Achilles heel implies that that's the only thing that's wrong. I don't know if that applies to Green Bay.
That's a good point, actually. I don't know, Eric. I don't know. All I know is we need someone to keep a steady drum beat on that, and maybe this new guy can.
We're trying to keep a steady drum beat. Do you guys that are in broadcast radio kind of look down on podcasters?
No, not at all. No.
Not at all. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Because you guys are kind of special.
Thank you.
think.
Thanks. Thank you, Eric. I am special. My mom
Keep
tells
that
me
going
that too.
alive.
We will.
Yeah, you guys are. Broadcast radio is forum and entertainment we can't do without. We have to have it.
Trust me, Eric. It's coming. The end is nigh. They're making cars now without radios. They have some music stations that are just it's just AI voices and AI program. The last stand here, Eric, will be over the line sports talk radio.
You're going to have to pry my radio out of my dead hand.
Cold dead hands, buddy.
And it will be playing over the line.
Eric, you might have to double dip today. I have a topic coming up that I think might intrigue you, but
Well, let's get out of here.
I'll let you.
Let's go under
let it
the
happen
hard deck.
organically. See you, brother. Much love.
Heading for the hard deck. Yep.
I got a really interesting email yesterday.
Oh.
From HR. Would it be HR or was it like what? Just a company-wide email from one of the powers that be. I'll explain momentarily. But yeah, Jacob Mizorowski going to tune up Great Britain today. The Brewers have 14 players in the World Baseball Classic. Canada, you got Tyler Black and the Big Z, Rob Z. Let's see here. Abner Uribe for the Dominican Republic. Here's Great Britain. Miles Langhorne and Jack Seppingslovey. Andrew Fisher for Italy. Joey Ortiz in Mexico. Carlos Rodriguez, Steven Cruz, Freddie Zamora for Nicaragua. Here you go. Jackson Churio, William Contreras, and Angel Zerpa for Venezuela. And then you got Bryce Terang. USA. 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 Line 2, though. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Mickey, what's going on? What's happening, Mickey? Please tell me you heard Hot Take Thomas earlier today, please.
I think that young man is destined for greatness. I honestly do. I'll tell you why. Because, and Pip agrees. Because our Secretary of Defense, War, said, stupid rules of engagement. We don't need rules of engagement. And then we shot down 3 of our own planes, so that was awesome.
Sure. Are you saying...
So he needs a guy like Thomas who can tell him why you need the rules, why you need... And I honestly think Pete Hegseth and Thomas are on the same frequency. So they would resonate really well.
I can see
this
it.
This man has a future in politics.
I can see it.
I
can see it. See, I go the route of have you damn it. Is it Homeland? What was the of Claire Danes? Yeah, Homeland. Ever seen the show Homeland?
No.
Oh, well, man. Damn, this reference is lost on you. Yeah, it's essentially it's a guy that gets captured by terrorists overseas while he's serving, and they kind of like brainwash him, and then they send him back, and then he who is just this your average looking American is the terror cell that's been activated from within to bring it all down. To me, that's where I'm going with HTP.
So like the reverse Jason Bourne, instead of protecting your country, it's taking it down.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Like that.
Okay. All right.
That's the vibe I go with.
Yeah, I think so. Personally, I think it's a Dear Abby situation. There's no newspapers anymore that you can write to, but and Thomas Ebo is right. I do mail him things. You can mail stuff.
Yeah.
Just letters.
You can.
Letters. Don't mail anything.
People ask
else.
me for email all the time. Like, I'm actually I go against the grain. I use USPS. USPS.
Yeah, how many times have I written to you, Ebo, via mail? Handwritten note and embossed everything. Yeah.
I mean,
so,
I prefer. It's a much more of a. There's much more of a touch. It's a special feeling when you get a letter in the mail.
Yeah. I even choose my stamps carefully. Like I have the whole Hank Aaron stamp collection.
Yeah.
What's your email? Out Black History Month.
I don't do email.
Yeah.
I don't do email.
Mike and Portage asked me to send something, and I was going to mail it to you via snail mail. So, it's all real.
Yeah. So, Thomas,
you're a philatelist,
and I will not give out my personal address either. You'll have to email it. You'll have to mail it to 730 Rayovac Drive, Madison, Wisconsin 53711.
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's on the website. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find like anyone's address if you know their name anyways online, because you can find anything.
I mean, we don't need to go down that road.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Just know I have. And if you do show up at my house, I do have. I have firearms stronger than muskets.
Keep them locked and loaded.
Safety always off.
Yeah. The flute, by the way, back then they didn't have alarm clocks. If you're playing the saxophone marching down, it's going to be like, oh, the Declaration of Independence. So romantic, you guys.
You know what? I don't know if people understand of how amazing it is that a dude was sitting there seeing things getting blown up, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to write a song.
Poets existed throughout time, Evo.
Sometimes, who knows where the inspiration comes from.
I know. Man had pen, woman had pen. They write down. This happens.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
in Zelda you have the flute. You don't have.
The ocarina. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was playing Breath of the Wild the other day.
I wish I could erase my brain and go replay those.
Started replaying Castlevania. That was fun.
Nice. Those are all good ones.
Yeah, but I called because of the special teams coordinator.
Yeah, please.
That's interesting. So we have a guy who's an assistant of somewhere where the head coach is actually respected and basically fires up the team. So maybe he'll come over and tell Matt LaFleur, no, fool, you do need someone to return the ball. You can't just let it drop there and then touch it and then lose it.
I wonder. I mean, he was good at what he did for a little bit with the Patriots, under Bill Belichick. And I'm curious. I don't know. But
So if you think of intimidation factor, right?
Yeah.
You worked under Belichick, you worked under Rabel. Are you going to be intimidated by LaFou?
Matt LaFleur's got a different kind of I wouldn't say intimidation. I feel like he's got this pent up rage where he could go postal all of a sudden. I don't know. Because you see him at halftimes and he's so mad he's crying. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know.
Oh, he's so whiny that you just don't want to deal with it anymore, so you leave the room.
Yeah, but that conversation's on Saturday. There's some people saying that there's just Matt LaFleur is losing a lot of respect around that locker room. So maybe, I don't know.
Losing should have lost it 6 games ago. Losing should be gone.
Mickey, what else on your mind? What else is on?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just hope that the leadership in the room is more like you. You're setting an example for all of us. You get these amazing phone calls from Thomas every day, and you handle it so nicely. What you're going through, you internalize it,
Yeah, Mickey, I've never been to a psychiatrist, a therapist. I've never done that. But after some of those, I wonder if I need to make an appointment. I just bottle it deep down and keep going on. That's what I do.
Yeah, I think you are the general therapist for a lot of us. I call you because I need therapy.
And it's free.
Just like a lot of the callers. You laugh at all my jokes, whether they're jokes or not. It's a little validation. So, on that note, can I make a dedication to all the lonely hearts? John Prine, Dear Abby. I love that song.
All right, you got it.
It is country, but
that's fine. I've been listening to some '90s country lately, just jamming. But I'll do it. Here you go. Here you go, Mickey. This is for you, Mickey.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
I'll let it run for a bit too. We love you. Talk to you later.
Shakalaka boom boom.
Jeez.
Did she say shakalaka boom boom?
My friends, they all tell me that I've no friends at all.
All right, we'll come right
Won't
back.
you write me a letter? Won't you give me a call? Sign, bewildered. Bewildered, bewildered. You have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Dear Abby, my fountain pen leaks. My wife hollers at me and my kids are all freaks. Every side I get up on is the wrong side of bed. If it weren't so expensive, I'd wish I were dead. Signed, unhappy. Unhappy, unhappy, you have no complaint. You are what you are, and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood.
I will bring to this neighborhood a non-stop talk alternative.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
All right, something happened at work yesterday, and we'll get to Paul Skeens, by the way, made some really good comments about playing for America for the World Baseball Classic. I'll get to that.
I thought he heard about our work situation.
No, I mean, something is happening at work. There's many things that are being lost as we the internet. I think I might just have to blame the internet on this. The longer we go on the internet, the more human interaction is being lost. I'll explain momentarily, but the World Baseball Classic, the Brewers are going to play Great Britain today. The Miz will be on the mound. And RJ did find their Great Britain's jerseys, what was it, 2 years ago, RJ?
Whenever the last one was.
It was just a white jersey, and it just said in Times New Roman, Great Britain. That was it.
I think it was Arial Bold.
Arial Bold. It looked like there was literally no effort whatsoever into their jersey. And now you found their new ones.
Yeah, it's just got red piping and bigger lettering.
So they instead of white, now it's just red with...
No, it's
white with red piping.
Yeah, so, on all the seams, it's red piping.
So Skeens made some cool comments about USA. Now, we'll get to Giannis returned last night. Bucks did lose. They got spanked. Now you have NBA on ESPN who have been fighting the idea of tanking, how bad it is, now suggesting the Bucks should tank. It's hilarious. We have great guard because it comes from him. We got Badgers coming up, 2 games remain. Their last home game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Saturday against Purdue. Then it's the Big Ten tournament. And then March Madness. Yesterday, though, RJ, and we got Rich Pistachies with Clemson now. We'll have to get to also the new cat for special teams. I got a little list of 5 things to know about Cameron Accord, who's replacing Rich Pisaccia. But RJ, yesterday.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
This is now in the workforce. When I first started here many moons ago, and RJ, you started a little bit before I did as well.
Yeah.
Many years ago, and maybe this is just for us, or maybe it's every company kind of out there. There was once a time when man and woman coworker would unite in the break room. And in the break room, you would get to know Debbie You get to know John. Maybe talk to Jim about how his kids are doing at the water cooler. Oh, Stacy over here's just got engaged. It looks like the relationship that he's secretly having with Scott, might have to be subsided. The break room was the great melting pot of everyone at work.
Yeah.
And it was I enjoyed it.
Like when we used to watch Family Feud at lunch.
Yeah, we would all gather in the break room years ago. We would put Steve Harvey Family Feud on. We would enjoy our lunch. People would come in, come out. We'd have like 2 tables of people, and we'd, jovial. We'd laugh. Sometimes we'd cry. Never cried. Some people. One time, one of our coworkers got I think it was a quadruple burger at Wendy's and almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, there was that.
We kind of laughed at that too. He cried. There was camaraderie.
You guys know you can get there's one after a triple?
Yeah, there was camaraderie at work.
They'll give you anything, really.
People wouldn't be completely glued into their phones.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting there and you'd be talking face to face. And there's something to say about human interaction.
Yes, there is.
It's so much better to talk to someone in person, face to face, eye to eye, than it is behind, like a screen. The internet exists for people just to be a-holes. I would say.
Yeah. I'd agree with that statement.
Now, there's a lot of good people on the internet, don't get me wrong. The text line that gets sent to me or tweets that I get, basically just disparaging me, I laugh at them. They're fine.
Basically just telling me I'm an a-hole.
Yeah, and they're usually they're people that would never come up to you in person. Their name faceless, whatever. I'm bold enough to put myself out there. I'm an open book. I love to entertain. I love talking, whatever. Most people are essentially cowards online.
Correct.
When you are, though, and don't get me wrong, there's still great people, too, that text in and interact with myself. But face-to-face, you find out that I would say 9 out of 10 people face-to-face are actually pretty nice and cool people. Like, even if you have different kind of, like views from, the politics to, like, shows you like, to music, whatever, you can find common ground when you're face-to-face with people.
Correct.
RJ, the water coolers are still a thing? Said G-Dub. No, they're not. And now here's another thing that is now, and again, maybe this is our work environment, or maybe it's everywhere.
We still have a break room.
There is a break room. Yesterday, an email came out at 4:50 p.m. Let me go get to the email here. And this is how sad the break room has become.
Oh, I deleted it already. Probably that's one I should have saved. I mean, it's still in my trash.
And I would say before I read the email, go out there and talk to your fellow coworker. Go out there and say, hey, how you doing? How's the kids? How's the wife? Face-to-face interactions out. It makes you feel better.
You do here.
This is the email we got yesterday at 4:44 p.m. Everyone. The refrigerator door was found wide open this morning at approximately 5:45 a.m. As a result, all items on the refrigerator side were reported to be warm. The freezer side remains frozen at this time. We are currently assessing the condition of the items stored in the refrigerator to determine what needs to be discarded. If you placed any items in the fridge, please review them before use to ensure they are still safe. Going forward, please double check that the refrigerator door is fully closed each time it's used. Even being slightly ajar overnight can compromise the contents and lead to unnecessary waste. If anyone has information about when it may have been left open, please let me know. Thank you for your attention to this. RJ, the refrigerator door in the break room, which once housed many people sitting at many tables enjoying the human experience.
Yep.
The refrigerator door sat open from 5:45 a.m. till 4:44 p.m. when the email was sent.
Oh, no. It was found Monday morning.
Oh, is that what it was?
5:45 a.m.
Oh, my gosh, RJ.
So, yeah, it had been closed, and then it took somebody the full day to
oh my gosh.
let somebody know. So somebody could have gone in there and eaten from it.
RJ, what's happened? What's happened to the break room?
I don't
What's happened to the water cooler? What's happened to human What has happened to the human experience?
Right?
Now here's what I blame myself too. I sit in my office and eat my lunch.
Yeah.
I used to sit in the break room.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? I'm the only one sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm alone with my thoughts lately about Hot Take Thomas calling in and it's trying to take us down from the inside like the Manchurian Candidate. And I don't want to be left alone with my thoughts on that, okay? It's a dark place, knowing that some 23-year-old kid is trying to destroy you from within. RJ, it's over. The break. Does this happen in other people's work? I have no idea.
It's over, man.
Do bosses even want you to take a half an hour lunch anymore? I know it's required by law, but
They'd rather have you do a working lunch.
do people even eat lunch with people anymore? I would love to eat lunch with someone today.
No, don't forget to mark down your lunch, but we're not. We'd like to have you just kind of work through that. Like eat at your desk, please.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like most people want now.
The water. You used to go to the water cooler, hear about things.
I mean,
we used to go to the break room, hear about things.
We have a water fountain.
Yeah,
bubbler to some people.
The human experience is being replaced by a series of tubes called the internet.
Isolation.
People, I just saw an article the other week about New York is opening up a restaurant for people to sit alone. Well, not alone, but to sit there, and across from them will be an AI generated partner.
Ooh.
AI. 608-321-1670. Line 1. Good morning.
You know, it's an interesting discussion, Evo, you have about the lunchroom. So way back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and this was at like my first job about 20 plus years ago, prior to social media, prior to really ubiquitous use of the internet. So you go to the break room, everybody would be in there, and we had these things called newspapers. And I'd always pick up the sports section. That'd be the first thing. I'd be sitting there, read the sports section, and that would be like the break for lunch. Hence the term break room. And now, like we've got a break room, got a water cooler in it, everything. Nice little toaster oven to toast stuff, microwaves, all that good stuff. But if you run into coworkers in there where you get like some crosstalk, and I always try to, break the ice and have a discussion because I'm the same mind that I think a big issue you're going to have with people that are trying to bring you down from the inside is they can't have. They're not really good at human interactions. That's why they're so awkward, right? You see that? That's why it sounds like they're an incel when you're talking to them. And you're like, what's wrong with this person? Oh. They've been talking to a computer-generated bot their whole life.
Yeah.
Right? Versus talking to an actual human. So that's where you just have to have pity for them and say, they're just not that intelligent, and
you just don't get
God have mercy on their soul. Now, there are exceptions, like Stone Cold from that generation that's gotten out into
Kate's an exception, too. Kate's an exception.
Yep, exactly, yep. The cousin Kate sucking down Zinn, which is pretty rad, too, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, get out and talk to people. That's why I like seeing you guys when I can on the Thursday nights and shooting the bull and bringing physical media.
Someone just honk at you, Corey?
Nah, I do the honking.
Ah, baby, boy. Yeah,
I shake the tree. The tree doesn't shake me. I shake the tree.
I love talking to people. That's why I always pick up the phone here. I love talking to people.
Oh hell yeah! Have you enjoyed the book so far, or is it pretty dry, or you just?
No, it is very entertaining so far. I'm like 2 chapters in though. Slow moving.
Okay.
I got to get more in.
It is very slow moving. I'll give you grace on that. It takes a while to kind of slog through it. So.
We're in.
All right, well, I just wanted to chime in with that, and hey, baseball, another day closer to opening day, gentlemen.
That's right.
Take it
Take
easy, guys.
See you, Corey.
Yep,
Much love. You the man. See you. Yep. It's just another thing I was just curious that the refrigerator door, RJ, the email about the fridge in the break room went unnoticed for forever. No one. I mean, you go in there. There's 2 microwaves. There's a pizza oven. There's the Foreman grill.
It's a panini press.
Sorry, a panini press.
I don't think anybody's used since the person who.
There's a toaster.
There's
a washing machine that probably hasn't been used in years.
There's a Keurig.
Or a dishwasher. I mean, there's a. Yeah, I mean, it's a relic of the past now.
There's a TV that hasn't been on in a few years.
I'll go in there and I'll just stand and I'll think of the times that I had was once the human experience of
the time of your life.
of eating your lunch and walking to your fellow coworker and watching,
watching Steve Harvey.
Watching Steve Harvey.
Entertain the masses.
Entertain the masses. It's yeah. Oh, phone lines. All right, I have to take the long break. I have time for one phone call. Line 1. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Evo and RJ.
Oh,
How
man,
are you?
Cross Plains. Hello.
I heard something about the work fridge. When I used to work at NBC 15 across the way from you guys, I was the manager of the work fridge. It was a title.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was the title I gave myself. After one day, I walked in there and it smelled like horrendous because people, would leave their lunches and food in there and they get all moldy and gross. And so I decided one day to clean it. And I kind of, master of the fridge at the work fridge. And I kind of left a note for everybody. I said, hey, if you don't, take care of your stuff, it's just going to get thrown out. Or if you leave something in there too long, it might be consumed by somebody else, like a soda or something.
Yeah.
If you leave a soda in there for 6 months or whatever, somebody might drink it, So that's my work fridge story. I was always in charge of that, and now at Wisconsin I do the same thing, but obviously I have a much smaller staff.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a break room. We do have a water cooler though, so
there you go.
Wow.
It's kind of fun.
Then cherish it before they rip it away from you. Cherish it. Cherish it.
Yeah.
All right, man.
You don't stand around too much and talk about stuff around the water cooler because it's a small office. But,
Yeah. Cherish it, though. We love you, buddy.
Will do. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.
You know what?
Stay here.
You know what? I used
Stay as long
to bitch and moan about this, too. I kind of miss this now. I've had someone steal an entire pan of lasagna from me from the break room fridge, even the pan itself. I saw someone stole my half-eaten burrito. Another one stole my pizza. I've had a pound of bacon stolen.
Well, that person still works here.
You know what? I missed the thrill of accusing people of doing it, too.
Man, we found soda from 2022 in there yesterday.
Yeah. Line 2, good morning.
Hey, rub some Vaseline on that door seal. That helps it seal. I'm not joking.
Okay.
Well, so it would have.
Hey,
It
Kyle.
does, but this.
I think someone just
door
left it
was
open.
found swung wide open.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like
Yeah, it wasn't
a
a-
crack. It was like somebody opened the door
And just left it.
and just left.
Oh, to be, yeah,
Yeah.
the bad person.
Right. Like the worst kind of person.
All right. Well, I was thinking like maybe someone shut the freezer and the fridge door popped open. I've had that happen.
Yeah. Same here.
Then
I wish
get
that
out the
was the case.
Vaseline and it works, man.
Yeah.
So Vaseline's good for other things too.
yeah, like keep it moisturized in the winter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, crack knuckles from doing drywall.
Yep.
There you go.
Exactly. Hey, Kyle, how
Yes,
about
sir.
the Badgers, baby? 2 games of the regular season remain. Got the double bye for the Big Ten tournament. How you feeling about Bucky?
I'm loving them, man. I wish they won a fall in Oregon, but it is what it is.
Is what it is. Is what it is.
So live and die by the 3, and no, man, we got a good team. They can do some damage. They just they got to keep playing. I think the Janicki injury actually hurt them a little more earlier than they knew. But now we got some more role players in there, so
yeah.
keep going.
Kyle, anything else, my brother?
No, sir. Enjoy the long break.
You well, thanks, Kyle. You know what? Screw it. I'm already that late anyways. Line 3, good morning.
2 scoops.
Yeah, I knew you'd be. I knew this was tailored for you.
Keith, break room. Wow, what a place. That was fun.
Yeah,
Break
I
room
know
was
it
fun. And then, you always sat in the break room, and everybody's got what they call now is a work bestie. That's your best friend at work, right?
Yeah.
And you can communicate with that person just through Jedi mind tricks. You can just look at each other and go, oh, boy. Yeah, right, I can look at my bestie, and he's going, oh, boy, watch this. So you're watching people, what they're eating, right? And I seen a guy pull out this, I don't know, like oversized bratwurst, but it was almost like yellow, mustard yellow. And so me and my best buddy were looking at each other like, oh boy, here we go. And the guy bit into it. All right, now there used to be the smoking breaking room and the non-smoking, and we're in the smoking breaking room.
Amazing.
right?
Amazing.
So this guy is smoking a cigarette while eating the sausage. And, you know, the finger dexterity of a smoker is pretty good because he can hold that dart between two fingers and do a lot with the other three, you know. And he's eating the sausage, and his front tooth is stuck in the sausage after he...
What? What?
Yeah. His front tooth, he bit into it, he stopped. He let it out, and then his front tooth was stuck in the sausage. And he pulled it out now and stuck it back in his head. He continued eating like no problem.
So you don't get anything like that anymore because the break room's gone.
You don't get anything like that anymore, you know? So that was, that's just one of my break room experiences. But I do believe that it is important because you can have conflicts with people at work. Overall, this is just overall good advice. And you got to picture how would it go if I met you outside of work.
Yeah.
You're probably a really nice person,
Yeah.
right? You know, there is. We'd probably get along, but we've met here on the field of battle, all right? And
we march to the beat of our own drum now.
I always know that person, but then if you go to the break room, sometimes you realize that that's not true either. I'd hate your guts no matter what. You know? So,
Eric, you know what you got to do?
That's really what it brings out.
What brought everyone together in the break room was watching Family Feud. That would squash any feuds you had at work.
Yeah.
While watching Family
Right.
Feud.
Right. I mean, it's for everybody. Family Feud is for everybody. Everybody's got a family, you know, and they're feuding.
Yeah. Eric, we love you,
And they're
buddy.
feuding.
We love you, Eric.
Yeah, have a great day, boys.
You know, I just saw this email yesterday and I cried a little bit inside. Miss the break room. And then be the change you want to see. I'll go eat my lunch in the break room today. But you know what'll happen? I'll be the only one in there. But hey, maybe it just takes one. I'll come right back.
Over the line! This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Yeah, our sports director, Zach Halpern, just popped in to say hi.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's here right now.
Is he going to be live on air with you today?
If he's not an a-hole like last time.
Well, I mean,
I'll invite him. I'll see what happens.
yeah.
You know, maybe face-to-face, actually, we'll have more than one-word answers.
Yeah, probably not.
We do got a Wisconsin basketball game tomorrow night. Maryland, come get some. Last home game, RJ.
Last home game, yeah. Looking forward to seeing what they can bring to that.
Can someone make 10 three-pointers to best Braden Carrington's 9?
Only one way to find out.
Hey, that's why they play the game, right?
Yeah.
Man. Breaking, what was it? Damn it. It was Bronson Koenig and, damn it. This is a trivia question. I remember saying this. Like, this is a trivia question to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Bronson Koenig and, damn it, what was the other one?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I told myself,
Yeah.
remember this, because you're going to say, because I love saying this is a
yesterday.
Bronson Koenig and freaking Twitch, help out. Why can't I remember this, RJ? I literally said it too. And then I said it was because you could say the most postseason home runs for the Brewers is a trivia question.
Yeah.
Which is Prince Fielder, Orlando Arcia, and Jackson Cheerio. And then, wow. I'm going to have to hit a break and really rack my brain here. Brad Davison.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
right.
it was.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Where were you on that one, Twitch chat? Yeah. You guys couldn't remember either. All right, we'll come right back. News of the Weird.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. And if I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. Sun-soaking bulges in the shade.
Over the line! This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
You know, we were just having the discussion a little bit ago, and Rob Reichel, we'll talk some Packers coming up with him. We got some things to talk about, new special teams coordinator. But a little bit ago, I got an email yesterday that someone left the break room fridge open all day. No one knew or said anything, and got me thinking about the break room itself. Of no one goes there anymore. The water cooler talk is gone. People meeting in the break room is gone. All being driven for you just to be lonely. Talking to an AI bot, being an a-hole online. News of the Weird. If you've gone from dating apps to dating apps, there's a bar for you now. Table for one? Well, no more. You can now take your AI chatbot on an actual date in New York City's world first companion cafe. This establishment has been redesigned for those who have AI partners, so they can bring along their phone or tablet and set up a table for a romantic evening as if they were both there in the flesh. Patrons sit there at tables for one-ish with their tech devices propped up on stands on the other side of the table and headphones so you can chat real-time with an AI bot. An AI bot. This woman here, Simone, was sitting across the table from an attractive 26-year-old AI-generated date in a button-down shirt. Asked about her relationship, she said that going out for a date is exactly what they needed, and she enjoys the companionship while out to eat. It's an AI chatbot. It's. She says, "Quote: I just speak to them like, hey, what's up? How are you doing?" And they respond to me. She says she caps her time with her AI chatbot for 3 hours a day, but sometimes 4. I weep for humanity. We'll come right back. My news of the weird. I'm gonna hug my wife tonight and touch one of her boobs. We'll be right back.
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Well, Wisconsin was back on the floor for practice yesterday as they get ready for their final 2 games of the regular season, including tomorrow's final home game against Maryland. The Badgers are coming off a split of their West Coast road trip, losing to Oregon but beating Washington. The game against the Huskies featured a record-breaking performance from Braden Carrington. The transfer hit 9 3-pointers, which broke the school record of 8. He admitted it's meaningful for him, especially it's the only year he's in Madison.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It took a while for me to, I think, really realize it. I think the whole year, being just a role guy, you don't expect to have a moment like that too much. And I never really cared to have something like that. So for it to actually happen, it's a special moment. And for me to actually make a mark in the year that I'm going to be here, it's special for sure.
Turning to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo would return last night. He would play 25 minutes, scoring 19 points. It's not enough, though, as the Deer would fall to the Celtics 108-81. Giannis said after the game he was just happy to be out there. The Bucks currently sit 11th in the East with a record of 26-34 and will host the Hawks tomorrow night.
For nearly 40 years, ABC of Wisconsin has been helping men and women transform themselves into well-paid, productive members of their construction teams. Today, we have 2,000 active apprentices in 10 different skilled trade programs, and we educate individuals in more trades than anyone else. To get your career started, go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
Spring training continues on for the Brewers down in Arizona, though they will not play again until Wednesday when they face off against the Cubs. Meanwhile, a double-digit number of players from the organization will be taking part of the World Baseball Classic, which gets going today, and NFL free agency is now just less than a week away. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back in. Rich Bisaccia has found a new home. Teamed up with his buddy Dabo Sweeney. He's at Clemson now. Not sure exactly what the role will be, but Clemson with old Dabo. Rich Bisaccia, he, after 38 days after the Packers season ended, said, you know what? It's not for me anymore. I think I'm out of here. In fact, I know I'm out of here. Matt LaFleur, I don't want to be... Now, the title was assistant head coach. I feel like maybe Matt LaFleur treated him like assistant to the head coach. Matt LaFleur falling in the letter grades there in coaches. All the teams came out, right, with as voted on by players. And this was even before the 5-game losing streak that the Packers had. It's voted on by players. Matt LaFleur dropping a full letter grade for the respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. That's not for him. Dropping a full letter grade, and all the other coaches outside of one in that little grouping he was in, all were fired. All were fired. Matt LaFleur was given a contract extension. That was after losing 5 times in a row and losing to the Chicago Bears in one. I still can't believe they lost. Rich Bisaccia. I was at Lambeau on Saturday again, and I was in some interesting conversations. One person in particular, they had some ties very, very close within the inner workings, and said essentially Rich Bisaccia losing sleep at night, didn't like the direction that the Packers were going, and he's got the eye of the tiger, right? He's succeeded at a lot of places, and with him being where he was and not succeeding, especially with the direction it was headed, not by him, because he is the assistant head coach. He's not the head coach. With the direction it was heading, he was like, I can't sleep at night. I'm out of here. And that's why it was, bizarre timing. Usually you would have reporters. There was a time when reporters would get to the bottom of a story instead of just shilling for a political figure, big pharma, corporations. They would actually get to the bottom of a story instead of feeding you something that is a falsehood to, again, push something, a bottom line behind the scenes. The reporters now are like, Bisaccia, talking to Brian Gutekunst, Bisaccia is gone? Hey, but Brian, did you like having the draft in Green Bay? Was it fun? Great. Oh, yeah? What's your favorite food? It should be McDonald's. Can I get anyways, you get what I'm getting at. Rich Bisaccia, gone. 608-321-1670. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, it is. Things ain't always what they seem. Mad Max from the tunnels of Racine.
Good morning, my brother. What's going on?
Morning. Yeah, just a quick thing on Rich Bisaccia. It's just I think this whole topic is just overplayed and drawn out. I don't understand why a special teams coordinator has been that polarizing of a figure. And just from now on, the fact that he's gone, LaFleur hired somebody new. It's like we've hated the last 5 special teams coordinators, I think. I'm not going to call for another special teams coordinator to be fired. Any special teams woes going forward, whenever there's a problem on special teams, I'm going to blame it on LaFleur because he's out of excuses. He's out of scapegoats.
Max, you were totally right. I used to get upset about the special teams coordinators, be like, what's wrong with these guys? And then it keeps happening and happening and happening and happening. And then I said to myself, you know what? I blame the guy allowing it to happen, Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, it's just at some point when the same problems just keep resurfacing in anything, really, you can't just blame like a lower level employee. It eventually has to get escalated to the top.
Correct. You are.
Yeah, and then another thing about the refrigerator thing too. That kind of made me laugh because Grant last night during the mailbag. Grant accidentally started reading that email, and that just got me thinking too. Just because that's an issue at my workplace too. Just coworkers who just put food in the refrigerator and just leave it there. That's like one of the most basic. That's one of the most basic breaches of coworker etiquette. just putting food in there and just letting it sit, and you just open up the fridge one day and it just smells like something died in there.
I know. It's like, why'd you bring it to work just to let it rot for a couple months? Why'd you eat it? I don't know.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked from what I really wanted to talk about. Did you see the blood moon this morning, Evo? Because I woke up early and I tried to monitor the situation up in the skies, but it was too cloudy, so I didn't really see anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, Mad Max, I get up, I got up like 3:45 today. I was on the road by like 4:15, and I also monitor many situations at all times. I usually can see it. I did not. It was cloudy. I could not see it. I could not.
Yeah. And I just think the situations and the circumstances surrounding this blood moon are just really weird. I mean, for one, it's on 3/3. It's on March 3rd, and it peaked in its totality at 3:33 on the West Coast in Bohemian Grove time. So, I mean, just who knows what? It's just who knows what kind of blood sacrifices and rituals the Cabal was doing overnight. I don't really know what's going on here, but I do know that the Cabal has been caballing.
Well, there's the Cabal always going to. How about this? There's biblical significance with 33. Jesus died at 33. King David reigned for 33 years. And the 33rd time Noah's name is used, God makes a covenant. So there you got that, too. It's I don't know what that means, but it must mean something.
And I read something yesterday, too. Apparently, NASA proved that there was a lunar eclipse on April 3rd in the year 33 AD, which is also one of the dates that some scholars think that Jesus was crucified. And oddly enough, Good Friday is on April 3rd this year. And I also think Good Friday is Easter Sunday is also 33 days from now. So I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like we're being told something. I mean, I'm not like setting dates and saying that I know what's going to happen. Oh, and it's also the third day of war with Iran since we declared war over there.
So, there's something ain't right, or maybe it's I don't know, Mad Max. I just know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I love you calling in. How are the tunnels under Racine, by the way?
How are they?
Yeah, how are they? Are they just... I don't know.
Business as usual. I haven't seen anything too crazy down there lately,
okay.
But...
All right, good. Well, all right. Mad Max, anything else, my brother, before I let you go?
No, I think that's all I got. I just stay vigilant, and remember, we're living in the Matrix.
We are. Hey, much love, brother. Talk soon, hopefully. See you, man.
Yep, thanks, Evo.
There he is, Mad Max, under the tunnels of Racine. A lot of numerology there. Yeah, I didn't see it. I couldn't see it this morning. It was too cloudy. It was kind of sad. All right, 608-321-1670. And you're right, Mad Max. The Rich Bisaccia story, the only reason it's up now is because he has now gone to Clemson with Dabo Sweeney. And I saw this last night, too, and I just – some people I don't know if they ate paint chips as a kid, they live under power lines, or sat too close to the TV, or something. I don't know. But this tweet right here, Peter Bukowski, he said, no one, about Rich Bisaccia, no one gives a bleep about the special teams coach in college. I can imagine Rich Bisaccia was sick of the entire fan base believing he should be fired. So, alluding to that Rich Bisaccia cared so much about what the fan base had to say about him, that's what drove him to quit. Listening to the fans? Is this what? No NFL organization, no professional sports organization runs by listening to what their fans say. That doesn't happen. Now, players sometimes will get into a little tiff online with fans. Do you think that multi-million-dollar coaches care what Tom, Dick, and Sally and Harry have to say about their job? It's called having a thick skin. If you had a thin skin, you wouldn't be in the position you are in professional sports. There is no chance in hell that Rich Bisaccia quit because of the fan base wanting him to be fired. no coach would ever care or make a career decision and move because of it, because of what a fan base has to say. That's the assumption there is mind-blowing. Wild stuff. All right, speaking of the Packers, Rob Reichel is going to join us here in about 10 minutes. We'll get Rob on as we do have some things to talk about. There is a new special teams coordinator, and you're right, Mad Max. I'm not going to blame the special teams coordinator anymore. I blame the guy for letting it happen. You know, when you were a kid, told did you have a chore list? You know, empty the dishwasher, wash and empty the dishwasher or the sink, clean your room, take the garbage out, do this, do that. Like you had a chore list, right? At least I did. You know, go feed the chickens. We had cows too, you know, go clean up in the barn, do this and that. If you didn't do the chores, right, eventually someone would have to come in and correct the parent. Like, hey, I'm trying to make you just, you know. The Packers special teams, I mean, is Matt LaFleur the parent? Who do you blame as the kid's not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Do you blame the kid or do you blame the person that's raising the kid, the person that's in charge? You blame the person in charge. At first, you would tell little Johnny, like, hey, come on, let's go. But if it kept happening, you're going to keep blaming little Johnny or are you going to blame the person who is in charge? You blame the person in charge. So now with Cameron Accord in, I'm already not blaming him. Every other special teams coordinator before him has not had success. I'm already blaming Matt LaFleur. Now, Accord's had success in the past. He was with the New England special teams for 4 seasons, 2020 to 2023. Earned a promotion from Bill Belichick after 2 years as the Patriots special teams assistant. And then Accord had been working under Joe Judge until Judge became the head coach of the New York Giants. And then Accord's first season as the head coordinator, the Patriots finished first in a veteran sports writers annual special rankings, largely on the strength of leading the league in punt return average and in net punting. And then over the next 3 years, the Patriots fell to the middle of the pack in those same rankings overall, but their punt return remained among the league's better units. Then he went to the Giants. He was not retained in the Patriots when Jared Mayo took over after Belichick was gone. Goes to the Giants. And then he's the assistant there. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good. But now, is it the kiss of death to go to Green Bay? Where you've seen anyone and everyone that has tried their hand at this, and it hadn't really worked out. Rich Bisaccia, he got the Raiders and an interim head coach into the playoffs. He's had a lot of success in past as a special teams coordinator. You get to Green Bay, and all of a sudden, it's like you're on an Indian burial ground. Weird things start happening. Cheetah, do you know who Alistair Crowley is? Yes, of course I do. Rob Reichel, Forbes.com, Conley Media. We're going to get Robbie on. Talk some Packers with him. Love our Thursday Talks with Rob. Stick around. Be right back.
What mood is that you wear this time? Why do you get high to change the sea you're in? What mood is that you wear this time? Why do you get high to change the sea you're in? Time you won't come back again. Make light of the weight, time off from hell I could be in. These are the words you say. What mood is that you wear this time? Why do you get high? To change my seat and complicate things.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in
Good times, bad times. Always a good time with Rob Reichel. Bad time? Maybe this new special teams coordinator might, it's like being in an Indian burial ground. All of a sudden you might be in a bad time, some kind of bad omen. Rob Reichel, though, always a good time. Forbes.com, Conley Media. Robbie, what's up, brother? What's going on?
Good morning, my man. When your woman left home for a brown-eyed man and you still don't seem to care.
Hey, Rob, well, this guy's got a new home. Cameron Accord. What do we think? Is he doomed already, Rob? Because it seems like every time the Packers get a special teams coordinator, it's just things never work out. Is he doomed from the get, Rob?
What? So you're saying with Mike Stock, Sean Slocum, Ron Zook, Mo Drayton, Rich Bisaccia, Sean Menenga, it didn't work out, Ebo? Come on.
Shockingly, no, Rob. It did not.
You don't like to be 32nd every third year and somewhere in the high 20s, all the other ones?
It's got to be, Rob, it's got to be something more than just the special teams coordinator. It's got to be something else, right?
Well, I will say this, Ebo. For years, Ted Thompson did not give Mike McCarthy and whoever the special teams coordinator was enough people on that side of the ball. They were fighting an uphill battle. Now, there were some years in there too where they had complete incompetence at the position. I mean, you could make a case. Mo Drayton's year was it's the worst since I've been alive, Evo. That the year he was the special teams coordinator, 2021. But Ted Ted didn't take it quite as seriously as a lot of guys around the league, and And I think Gutekunst followed that path early, Evo. In the last few years, he's invested and he's put some people into it. He's used a couple of draft picks along the way, specifically for special teams. He kept Zane Anderson on the roster only for special teams, for example. So he definitely gave it more credence than Thompson ever did when he was. But yeah, Evo, I mean, it is a mystery how you can be that horrendous for 20 plus years now, which is what they've been. Other than the 2007 season, I think they were 7th that year under McCarthy, Evo. I think every year since 2005 they've been in the bottom half of the league, and most of those seasons, Evo, they've been in the bottom quarter or the bottom third for sure. And I think there's 6 of the years in the last 20 or 21 where they've been 32nd. So yeah, I mean it's bad. I wouldn't say Cam McCord is doomed right from the start. He did it. He did it. I mean, but the way I wrote it the other day, Evo, I mean, I compared it to Sisyphus trying to push that boulder up the mountain. And no matter, he was just kind of doomed from the Greek mythology gods, wasn't he, Evo? And that boulder just kept rolling back down on poor Sisyphus. That was his punishment. He was never getting that boulder up to the top, and for eternity, he had to try to push it up the mountain or the hill, and that's going to be undoubtedly what a Cord faces, Evo, because we've got a 20-plus year track record in Green Bay and a body of work and evidence that it's just bad and it doesn't work out no matter who you roll in there. Now, again, he's got some stuff he'll be battling. He doesn't have the best personnel in the world, Evo. But he did have some success in New England in his 4 years there. But I'm sure he was sitting around a month ago, Evo, thinking it was going to be the 3rd straight year he was not going to be a coordinator. Again, we haven't heard from Cam McCord because nobody in Green Bay talks anymore. They just raise your ticket prices, Evo, and then expect you to show up without any answers. And guess what? People will and people do. So they don't care about people like me bemoaning it and bitching on the radio about it. So, but Evo, a Cord will.
Rob, I think Silent Ed is. I think speaking of Greek mythology, Harpocrates was the god of silence, if I remember correctly. That could be Ed Policy, Silent Ed.
That could be another new nickname for him, Evo. Right, in what's been a less than stellar first 8 months of a tenure for Silent Ed.
Matt LaFleur's Achilles.
That is ideal. It's 1,000% perfect for Matt LaFleur. Evo, I had a rough time sleeping last night. A lot of times I'll throw on a Packer game and I doze pretty quickly, and that's easy to do with a Matt LaFleur team. It is funny. I found the 40-40 tie with Dallas. That was on the NFL Network at 4 a.m. or whatever time it was. Yeah, and it does escape you sometimes, Evo, and I'm diverting here, and
No, I'm going to divert too in a second.
Apologies. I go on bad tangents for you. It is amazing. They were 1 second at the end of that football game, Evo, that if they lose that game, because you remember how unbelievably poorly they managed the clock in the last 2 minutes as they drove to tie the game. And Love throws the incompletion with 1 second left on the ball to the back corner of the end zone to Golden. If that ball hangs up another 0.2 of a second, Evo, or takes a different bounce, or hits Golden and hangs in the air for a slight second, Evo, they missed the playoffs. I mean, that's we talk about these games that they bungled and lost, and LaFleur butchered at the end. The 2 Bears games, Cleveland, whatever, right? I mean, Dallas was right there. They were 1 second away from not getting out of there with that tie. And if they don't get the tie, Evo, they're going to lose some tiebreakers then to Detroit and Minnesota, who tied, who both had 9-8 records. And that's where Green Bay wound up as a 7 seed again. So, again, I'm off on a tangent, Evo, but it just does go to show you in that league how close everything is, and how for the majority of the last few years, these close games and these close losses with Matt LaFleur in charge have gone the other way, Evo.
Hercules Robbie, Hercules had to complete, I do believe, 12 tasks to test his strength, courage, and determination. LaFleur is going to have 17 of them, Robbie. And I don't think he's going to I think he's going to be the exact opposite of Hercules. Is there a mythology for someone who's the opposite of Hercules? Could be LaFlorites. LaFlorites, the exact opposite of Hercules. Rob.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll today, buddy, and you've been on a roll with him for a while. You know, the Matt LaFleur seed is now the number 7 seed, and you've got a perfect new nickname for him. We'll look that up, right? Somebody, you know, kind of weak and you know, feeble that you don't want in charge with those tasks at the end, right? Because that would probably be a more fitting nickname right now, or name in general for Matt LaFleur.
Rob, do you think we'll ever find out why Bisaccia, do you think will we ever hear anything? I heard a little rumblings. I was at Lambeau on Saturday for the Wisconsin Broadcasters event, and I was talking to someone. They were in the know. They knew someone in the inner circle, yada yada yada, and it sounded like Bisaccia didn't like the where everything was headed in the direction. It was losing sleep at night, and didn't like the captain of the ship essentially, and then left. Will we ever figure or find out anything? Will there ever be a statement? Do you think?
Well, we'll see what he says when he talks to the people. If he winds up in Clemson, like it sounds like he's going to, right? And what you just outlined there, Evo, does make perfect sense. Again, they have not told anybody, and it has not. Nobody's been able to unearth exactly how long this Matt LaFleur quote unquote extension is, other than they used the term multi-year. Again, he was signed through 2026. My best guess is that means he got 2 years on an extension. They'll take him through 2028. But we saw this with Mike Sherman, and I've talked about this before. Back in 2005, they stripped him his GM job going into the 05 season. They gave him an extension that brought him then through the 07 season. So he had 3 years remaining when 05 started. And, of course, things went south, 4-12, really south that year. I don't think this group will go 4-12. And then they obviously fired Mike Sherman the day after the season ended in 2005 after they lost to Seattle in the final game of the year. Evo, if Green Bay misses the playoffs, Evo, if they're 7-10, 8-9, if they don't have a nice big bounce back season, and I just put up a story this morning, Evo, we are 6 days away from legal tampering, 8 days away from when you can officially sign free agents. And Green Bay has to get busy, and they have to get active, Evo. In the last 5 seasons, they have 1 playoff win. I mean, that's just not good enough with the rosters that have been over there, Evo. Right? 3 straight years as a 7 seed. That, to me, Evo, is the picture of mediocrity, right? And they are stuck right now in mediocrity. And if they can't get out of it this year, again, I think it should have already happened. You know that. I think they're bringing back a dead man walking at some point in time. We've seen the ceiling for Matt LaFleur. It's not good enough. He's got 1 more year to prove it and change it. But Evo, if they're not one of the top 2-3 teams in the NFC next year, if they don't win a couple of playoff games and advance deep in the playoffs, the same thing's going to happen to him. I would think that happened to Sean McDermott in Buffalo, right? You only get so many swings at the pinata, and right now Matt LaFleur keeps swinging, and he can't break a hole in that pinata, Evo.
Swing and a miss. Rob, speaking of that, what did you say, 6 days for, and it's one of my favorite things, legal tampering, Rob. Legal tampering. We got free agency coming up, Robbie. I saw right here, Forbes.com, the article, you just 12 minutes ago, I see. They need a big splash in free agency. You got 5. You don't have to give us 5, Rob, but I mean, who you circling? Who's the biggest, I guess, position and maybe a name that the Packers would need to help them get maybe potentially out of the Matt LaFleur seed, which is a 7 seed, and something higher?
I love that so much, the Matt LaFleur seed. Evo, I think they need a big splash, and they'll position themselves to do it. It's going to be a busy week, I think. They're going to release Elton Jenkins at some point, you would think. They'll move on from Rashawn Gary. They'll rework some contracts, probably like Aaron Banks and maybe even Josh Jacobs. If they do all that, Evo, they can clear a good $40 to $50 million in cap space. Evo, I don't think they need 2 mid-level guys or something like that with that money. I think they need a big splash. I think they need 1 big difference maker. There's no doubt corner is the weakest position on the roster. They can't run it back with Nixon and Valentine, Hobbs, those guys. It's not a great free agent class for corners, Ebo, but it's better than dipping your toe into the draft, I think, because they're not going to have a pick until number 52 the way it sits today, and you're not going to find a first, a week one starter and somebody to be your number one corner. I'll give you two names, Ebo. Jamal Dean at Tampa Bay is a guy who's now the knock on him, Ebo, is he's been hurt and he's going to be 30. Not terribly hurt. He's missed 21 games in like 7 seasons, so that's about 3 a year, Ebo. But he's really a true number one corner, which they need. And there's another kid at Kansas City named Jalen Watson, only 27, coming off an outstanding year. They could go and grab one of those two guys and immediately turn corner from a weakness to at least a position of mediocrity and maybe a strength. Because now some guys then drop into the role they should be, right? Nixon's your 2. Maybe Valentine's your 3, or Hobbs is your slot guy. Now, they'll probably cut Hobbs too, Ebo, but they don't save nearly as much money on Hobbs. So we'll see what goes on with him. Defensive tackle is a weakness, obviously, Ebo. They need one there, but it's a bad class of free agent defensive tackle. So maybe they wait until the draft on that one, Ebo. But someone that's going to fly under the radar and they can probably get in that $12 to $15 million range is John Franklin Myers in Denver, Ebo. He's a guy with 14.5 sacks the last 2 years, so he'd be a huge upgrade from what they've had at defensive tackle or what they did have in 2025, because they just didn't adequately replace or come close to replacing Kenny Clark and T.J. Slate, and then when Wyatt went down, Ebo, then it was then it was garbage. Boy, Ebo, they need an upgrade on the offensive line. 27th in the league is what they ranked by Pro Football Network, 19th by Pro Football Weekly. So we know this, right? And on top of it, they're going to lose Rasheed Walker, and they probably got a 50, 60, 70% chance to lose Sean Ryan if they decide not to make him their center, Ebo. They're going to have to pay for him, but Tyler Lindenbaum, the center in Baltimore, would immediately give him a Pro Bowler up front, and they don't have one of those right now, Ebo. Zach Tom's their best lineman, but he's going to have a lot to prove coming off of a bunch of injuries in 2025. They need an upgrade on the offensive line, Ebo, in a big way. And then I'm going to save the best for last, Ebo. The guy they flirted with all last offseason wound up getting Micah Parsons. Thought they had the perfect dynamic duo, Ebo. They did with Parsons and Gary, and really they did, Ebo, for 6-7 weeks when Gary was actually playing football. Ebo, Trey Hendrickson's going to be available next week. Cincinnati is not going to tag him. He's going to be out there. He is a little bit older. He's 31 now. He's on the wrong side of 30. But he had 70.5 sacks in the 5-year window leading up to last year, Ebo. Again, you're going to have to pay for him, but they're going to have $40 or $50 million. And again, I don't think they need 3 guys in that $8 to $10 million range. I'd go get a stud. They need someone to totally tilt the field. They're not going to have Parsons probably for the first month, maybe more, Ebo. So now and Ebo, can you imagine how dominant that defensive line could be? You come back next year with Parsons on one side and Hendrickson on the other. And I don't think you're going to have to, like I said, Hendrickson is 31. Nobody's given him 5 years at this point in his career. You can get him for 2 years and maybe 60. I mean, he's not going to get Micah Parsons money at this stage of his career, Ebo. So they'll have plenty of money to get him in under the cap and maybe not do a super long-term deal because you don't want him on the books when he's 34. But you do want him on the books in 2026, for example, when he's 31. So, Ebo, I think they need to make a big splash. They've got to find a way to move on and out of this number 7 position that they've been stuck in. And the best way to do that is to try to make a splash, maybe 2 in free agency, but the best guess is they'll only have the money to do 1. And there's some guys, Ebo, that can be real difference makers for him and kind of start tilting the field. Now, will Matt LaFleur ruin it all when it's all said and done? Sure. That's highly likely.
Yeah, probably.
But Brian Gutekunst has to do his due diligence and do his job well, and I would think he will, Ebo, up until last offseason when he whiffed on Banks and Hobbs. He's been really good in free agency, and I expect him to be pretty good again this offseason.
Rob, and then after that, the draft, baby. We're not too far away from that yet. Get ready for the draft, Robbie. But, there's going to be real quick, do you think the Packers make a move to get back to into the first, or are we just going to have to wait till day 2?
No, I'd be shocked. I mean, unless it's a deal, Evo. I mean, you remember 2009 when Ted just absolutely fell in love with Clay Matthews, and rightfully so, right? He identified the guy he wanted, and kudos to him. He went and he got him. If there's a player like that Gutekunst thinks he can get between, say, 25 and 32, maybe, Evo, but he's already given up so much draft capital the next couple of years. The no first-round pick this year, no first-round pick in 2027. Evo, you'd have to give up a lot, maybe 2 twos or something like that, because I don't think he'd give up another first to get back into the first. Usually that's what it costs. If you want to get back into the first round, you're giving up a future first for the current first, because that team that's giving you their pick is losing out on that player for the immediate season, Evo. So you pay a lot of times a little bit more to get back into the first round when you're out of it. So right now they sit at 52, Evo. Gutekunst acknowledged last week at the scouting combine it would take a lot for him to get back up there, and he just kind of largely anticipates, Evo, that Thursday night's going to be quiet in Green Bay, like it is for a lot of nights in the regular season and the year in general, right, Evo? It's pretty quiet in Brown County most nights, and it's going to be quiet. It's going to be quiet on. I would think, Evo, it's quiet in round 1.
Yeah, Rob Reischel joining us right now, Forbes.com, Conley Media. Last thing, Robbie. The double bye for Greg Gard and the Wisconsin Badger basketball team could be a 6 seed. I'm saying, though, since Matt LaFleur in his demotivational speech, they're going to be a 7 seed. But, Robbie, how are we feeling about Bucky right now, baby? 2 games left in the regular season.
Is that where they sit right now, Evo? Are they in 6th in the league?
They have the double bye, and their seed is not yet set for the Big Ten tournament.
Right.
But they're 6th. Yes.
Okay, I just Googled it and called it up, Evo. Yeah, tied for 5th with Purdue, and they'd have a chance, but they'll be an underdog, obviously, Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday when they're at Purdue?
Saturday.
I know it's this weekend, Saturday. Okay. And what those top 4s get triple buys even, Evo? Evo, do they not show up till Friday?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week. That Oregon one was disappointing. Nice bounce back on Saturday, but boy, Washington's awful, aren't they? I mean, I don't know how that team has 14 wins and 6 in the conference, but boy, I mean, they're bad. I don't know, Evo. Blackwell's been off lately. He's in a funk. I don't know what's going on there. They've got to get that figured out if they're going to make any kind of run. He hasn't played the last handful of games since that Iowa game, nearly to the level he had the first 3 months of the season. But Evo, I mean, I don't know. If you don't go until Thursday, that's a huge positive for you and stuff. I don't know, Evo. It's going to all come down to matchups in the tournament. To me, the big thing is stay out of that 8-9 hole. Don't have to see the number 1 seed on the second round in the second round of the tournament on that Saturday or Sunday. If they're a 6 or a 7, Evo, and play a 2 or a 3, then. In round 2, I like them to make some noise. I don't get too worked up about the Big Ten tournament.
No. Rob, I'm telling you, though, the universe works. Everything's cyclical, Rob. A time is a flat circle, and with LaFleur there, it was already them giving a sign. They will be a 7 seed. You heard it here first, okay, buddy? They'll be a 7 seed.
That actually makes such perfect sense, Evo. Yes, you are spot on with that. But got to win the big one tomorrow against Maryland.
That's right.
A little better than people think. So yeah,
Robbie, we love you, Robbie. We'll do it again Thursday, my brother. All right.
All right, buddy.
Bye. See you. Much love. Rob Reischel, Forbes.com, Conley Media. Robbie. So good Greek mythology talk there too. I enjoyed that. We'll come right back. Stick around.
hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Okay. Remember when Mark Sanchez was all intoxicated and then got into a fight with like a delivery driver and he tried to beat the guy up and the guy stabbed him? And then Mark Sanchez lost his job because he was the instigator and went to jail and all that? More has been revealed. Court filings from a lawsuit brought by Perry Toll, a 69-year-old truck driver that was involved in the incident. He is the one that was defending himself and ended up stabbing Mark Sanchez. Alleged that the preliminary investigation suggests that Mark Sanchez was under the influence of. Are you ready for this? Alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and fentanyl? That's called being cross-faded, by the way. Mark Sanchez. Alcohol, marijuana, fentanyl, and cocaine. Damn. Who's hitting the fent? Mark Sanchez like, yeah, I'll take a beer, some nose beers. You got a little devil lettuce? And how about fentanyl? Now, let's see here. This stems from obviously October of 2025 when Mark Sanchez was reportedly acting erratically. I've seen people on fentanyl. They're not erratic. They're like a frozen zombie. It's like they are in mid-breakdance, and then they're frozen. I saw it downtown Madison not too long ago. Two people were hitting the fent pose. It's like they were about to start a breakdance move, but then froze. But maybe Sanchez, I mean, you got uppers and downers there. Cross-faded. Now, the defense response says attorneys representing Mark Sanchez have denied these allegations, stating that they are nothing more than claims in a civil filing and there is no evidence. Well, how about you piss in this cup? Hitting the fent. Damn. And this was all. Didn't he have to call a game the next day? For a second, I thought Mark Sanchez just was really abiding by parking enforcement. Like, you're parked illegally here. I'm not going to let it stand. Instead, he let the alcohol, marijuana, fentanyl, and blow do the talking. Damn, Mark Sanchez. Again, he says it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. That's crossfaded there, my friends, though. That's called being crossfaded. That's crossfaded. It's where you have, what did someone just say? I call that a Wednesday? Well, thankfully, today's Tuesday. All right. Yeah, Thunder Warlock, there's still plenty of room for other drugs in there, too. Yeah, there is. I mean, we could get some mushrooms. Yeah, you got to go a little psychedelic in there. I mean, he's only got 4 of them in his system. You can count that in one hand. All right, Mark Sanchez, there you go. Fentanyl. Crossfaded. We'll come right back.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
This is Over the Line.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
On the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Badgers got one home game left. Maryland tomorrow. And then Purdue on Saturday. They already got the double bye for the Big Ten tournament. I'm calling right now they're going to be a 7 seed because Matt LaFleur was in the locker room with his anti-motivational speech. Zach Heilprin, our sports director, he's here. He's in a little meeting right now. The question is, do we bring him on? I got one more hour of this thing. Last week when we had him on, he was being a little weenie boy. A little weenie Zach Heilprin. Giving me one-word answers. Would answer RJ in full sentences. For me, he's being a little weenie boy. The question is, do I wave him in if I see him? Maybe. He caught up with Braden Carrington. Had 9 3-pointers last game. School record. Only here for a year. He's one of 3 seniors being honored on Wednesday. Braden Carrington besting Brad Davison and Bronson Koenig's 8 3-pointers in a game. Badgers, they're firing right now, man. Can they keep it up? March Madness before you know it. Don't forget Gregapalooza. Any and all are welcome to Gregapalooza. March 20th. It's in Appleton. We have a hell of a good time. And grilling meats, drinking copious amounts of, most of it's liquor, beer. If you want soda, water, you can do that too. Watching basketball. It's the first Friday of March Madness. It's an incredible event. Let me know if you need the address. All right, WKTY, we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for a Wednesday show. Gregapalooza, baby. We're getting dialed in. Dialed in for Gregapalooza. Gregapalooza 4. Oh, Zach Heilprin just walked right on by and he stared in here. All right, I'm gonna go see that bald bastard's doing. All right, hang on. Maybe Zach Heilprin next. See if we can get a little weenie boy in here. WKTY, see tomorrow. Everyone else will continue on.
This is a Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
Oh, Wisconsin was back on the floor for practice yesterday as they get ready for their final 2 games of the regular season, including tomorrow's final home game against Maryland. The Badgers are coming off a split of their West Coast road trip, losing to Oregon but beating Washington. The game against the Huskies featured a record-breaking performance from Braden Carrington. The transfer hit 9 3-pointers, which broke the school record of 8. He admitted it's meaningful for him, especially it's the only year he's in Madison.
Yeah, definitely. It took a while for me to, I think, really realize it. I think the whole year, being just a role guy, you don't expect to have a moment like that too much. And I never really cared to have something like that. So for it to actually happen, it's a special moment. And for me to actually make a mark in the year that I'm going to be here, it's special for sure.
Turning to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo would return last night. He would play 25 minutes, scoring 19 points. It's not enough, though, as the Deer would fall to the Celtics 108-81. Giannis said after the game he was just happy to be out there. The Bucks currently sit 11th in the East with a record of 26-34 and will host the Hawks tomorrow night.
For nearly 40 years, ABC of Wisconsin has been helping men and women transform themselves into well-paid, productive members of their construction teams. Today, we have 2,000 active apprentices in 10 different skilled trade programs, and we educate individuals in more trades than anyone else. To get your career started, go to buildyourcareerwi.org or just search online for ABC of Wisconsin.
Spring training continues on for the Brewers down in Arizona, though they will not play again until Wednesday when they face off against the Cubs. Meanwhile, a double-digit number of players from the organization will be taking part of the World Baseball Classic, which gets going today, and NFL free agency is now just less than a week away. For the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network, I'm Ebo.
Play it safe? Nah.
You gotta fight for your right.
We don't abide by your rules. Sometimes it's okay to get unruly. This is Over the Line from the Alpine Liquor Studio. Alpine Liquors, Dane County's largest independently owned liquor store, proudly serving DeForest and beyond.
Well. Look at the dang cat dragged in.
Hello, sir.
Zachy, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Yeah?
Did you wake up early to see the blood moon this morning?
I did not. I was up early, but I did not see the blood
It was cloudy. You couldn't see it anymore.
What time?
Well, I was up at like 3:45. I think I left at 4:15. You couldn't see it. It was too cloudy. I don't know if you got into the blood moon or anything like that.
It's not something I truly always pay attention to, no.
Yeah, I didn't really know about it either until someone had informed me after the fact. Oh. But I couldn't see the moon anyways.
Oh.
But I was hoping I was looking at the moon and you were looking up the same moon I was, Zach. That's what I was just hoping for that. Hey, I know you got limited time here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Dude, Braden Carrington, 9 3-pointers.
What a dude.
Wow.
What a dude. Put on a show there on Saturday in Washington. Yeah, I mean, and he hit back to back to back to get there. The guy whose record he broke sitting over there on the bench.
Brad Davison.
Brad Davison. I guess.
What was Bronson doing? Where was
Bronson,
he at?
I don't know.
Where's Bronson at? I don't know either.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 games remaining here for the regular season.
2 games tomorrow night. Close it out against at home against Maryland, and then go to Purdue. Badgers essentially almost locked into the number 6 seed in the Big Ten tournament. We'll see what happens in the NCAA tournament.
They'll be a 7 seed,
but likely playing Thursday night in the Big Ten tournament down in Chicago.
Any worry about the play of Blackwell so far, or right now, I should say?
Yeah. Absolutely. I would say there's a concern not just about him, but everybody, and whether they show up on a day-to-day basis, game-to-game basis. They forgot to show up in Oregon.
Do we see though, like Carrington hitting 9 3-pointer? Do we see if Blackwell is having a little bit of a struggle, others stepping up though and filling that void?
I feel like the only person they can't overcome having a bad game, at least right now, is Nick Boyd. Like Nick Boyd has to be. I feel like he has to be great every time out. He was not great against Oregon. He was pretty good against Washington. There were times that he was. There were times that he was a little out of control there in the first half, but I mean he's just a dynamic scorer and he's closing in.
He's at 18 right now?
He's at 18.
And Alondo Tucker's at 20.
Yeah.
And that counts for Big Ten tournament and March Madness?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's got 2 more games to potentially tie it, and then I should say he's got 4 more games to potentially tie it or go above it.
Nick Boyd doesn't carry around like does he have a microphone in his pocket ready to be recorded in case he does break it, or like a secret recording the microphone he does?
It's a possibility.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's a secret. I guess you wouldn't know unless he would edit and release the tapes later on.
I feel like he's the one that talks all the time, so you would never hear anybody else talking. It would just be him talking the entire time. That's actually what Braden said. We had him on the swing yesterday, and he is actually roommates on the road with Nick Boyd. Dude talks in his sleep. That's how much he talks.
Nick Boyd does?
Yeah.
Well, he is an entertainer, right?
He just does not stop talking.
I talk in my sleep too.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, my wife tells me all the time, you're talking in your sleep a bunch last night.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife loves it.
She's been snoring lately too, but I don't believe that. I was fighting a little sinus thing for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. But apparently I talk in my sleep too. Something about being entertainers and talking in your sleep. You can never turn it off.
No. Does she kick you and wake you up when you're snoring?
The other night I got I woke up because I couldn't breathe because my nose was being held shut.
No way.
Yeah. But that's one of my I had a really bad sinus thing for a while.
Yeah, you were struggling at Monks last week.
Well, thankfully, I think knock on wood, I'm over it.
Good.
And then you got because I know you got to record the camp coming up here with Jesse Temple. What's the camping? What's going on right now with Wisconsin football?
Spring ball getting close, right? They have pro day this Friday. Big day for Nazir Forkring. Feel horrible for him. The way that last year played out with the judge not making any ruling. So he's got a big day.
That's so stupid.
He's got a big day on Friday.
Has there been a conclusion to that yet, or since he can't play anymore?
He dropped the case.
Yeah, because I guess why would you?
At this point, what's the point?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Xavier Lucas situation still going strong. But yeah, Nazir Forking's got that spring ball on the 19th. We actually have Cooper Catalano, one of the freshman linebackers on the pod today.
He's probably a pretty rich man now too.
Him and Post. I think Post is probably slightly more rich than him, but
they should be paying you guys to go on the camp.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that you pay them, but I'm saying like for the
haven't paid for. Well, I was gonna say I haven't paid for an interview, but we used to have people out at Monks. We used to have players come out to Monks when NIL first started. Yeah. We pay them to come out there.
And then we have Mason Reiger and Vinny Anthony. Reiger, what do you like, a 4.78, I think?
4.78.
I think he had the highest jump vertical.
Second highest vert of any of the edge guys. Yeah.
I got to be careful how I raise my hand there because Mason Reiger looked like he was getting a little too much into World War II with that mustache.
Big time broad jump. Yeah.
It just didn't grow out good in the sides. It grew really good in the middle.
Yes.
I was saying that he would look like he was a fan of Charlie Chaplin. I didn't want. It's not the other way.
You don't want to go the other. You don't want to go the other way around.
Yeah. I said either he's getting.
A lot of people have made that.
He's not old enough to get into World War II yet. You get more into World War II in like your late 20s. And then in the 30s, yeah.
It's the older you get, the older you get.
It's grilled. It's like grilling or smoking or grilling craft beers in World War II. It's like you got to pick 2 of the 3. And Mason Reiger right now looked like he's really diving into World War II, but he's not old enough for that yet.
It was a bad picture too.
It just didn't grow.
Yeah, it was a bad picture because bad picture.
I got one more minute with you, Zach, and then
you're good. We're good.
Vinny Anthony, I didn't really check in.
I was expecting better.
Yeah.
He ran like a 4.54 or something like that, which is relatively so.
Yeah.
Our old friend Skylar Bell. Do you remember Skylar Bell?
I remember Skylar Bell.
He ran a 4.4 and jumped like 43 vert. He had himself a combine, and he's probably going to get selected in day 2. He might be like a second or third round guy.
What do you think? What round does Riker get in at?
My guess is
the
probably,
third.
My guess is probably like 5th.
The third
Fifth.
round.
Fifth.
Okay.
Like I don't think he's gonna. Maybe 4th.
I was trying to make a joke there, didn't we?
What were you trying? What was the joke?
No, never mind. It's past now. And then out of the pro day happening, we got to be on Celebrity Lookout.
We do for all the former players coming back.
Yeah, and then we'll I guess we'll check in with you. But yesterday at Joe Thomas and Zach,
I saw that.
I never really feel like, because we've worked with some people that are vertically challenged. I would say, like
I would consider myself vertically challenged.
No,
not as vertically challenged as others, but
no, others around here, like I would be like, you are, the Napoleon complex, short-man's disease, whatever.
Yeah.
I usually when I'm in a room, I don't feel like I'm
small guy,
a midget, for lack of a better word. Sorry, a little small person.
Guy. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Joe Thomas is huge.
That picture was.
I looked like I was belonged in a midget wrestling or something.
The picture was not ideal. You should have got. So he took pictures all around the building yesterday. He was in JJO.
Yeah, he was leaning down.
They had him leaning down.
Yeah, I was the only picture where he was standing up. Everyone else he was sitting down or leaning over.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, that was a.
That was a bad. I said I was.
Was that your choice or?
Yeah, Lindsay was in here taking. I said he was standing on a box.
Yeah,
I
saw
was
that.
standing on a box. Yeah.
He wasn't, but like it.
No, he wasn't.
It certainly kind of looked like it. But yeah, everywhere else he was sitting down or leaning down.
Yeah.
Johnny and D, I think that made sense.
Really nice guy.
Oh,
yeah, really great, really cool guy.
Really good guy for sure.
And we're on the. I think he eats a little more than I because he's 6'6" and 240. Same diet, Zach, and he's got that.
Oh, a little beef diet.
Yeah, like the carnivore kind of thing going. Yeah,
he's a swimmer though too.
Yeah, he is. That's why he's got that.
That's how he gets the.
I got to lean out a little bit here.
Yeah, he gets in the pool. Like that's how he dropped a bunch of the weight when he stopped playing.
And my only problem is I'm not that great of a swimmer. I can doggy paddle with the best of them. I can backstroke pretty good.
That kind of surprises me that you're not a swimmer.
What
happened?
There was a I don't know, this is going to be funny. There was a moment, I wasn't the greatest of swimmers as a kid. I swear when I was a kid, I remember seeing something that if you happened to be drowning, that you go down in the pool and you jump back up.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know why this, but if you do it 10 times, and then at the 10th time no one saves you, just to let yourself go.
Yeah.
Then you just don't jump back up. And I remember as a little kid, I was with my dad. We got to a hotel, and I immediately jumped into the deep end, not knowing it was the deep end. I didn't know how to swim. But for some reason in my mind, it's 10 times. I got to 9, and I remember getting to 9 and being like, well, I guess this could be it.
No one's coming to get you.
And then as I was, I had the one hand up, falling back into the water. Someone snagged me out of there.
That was nice of them.
And I was kind of traumatized by water.
They let you go up and down 9 times before they found you?
Yeah, it was a busy pool, too.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it was some stranger that saved me.
Really? Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was your dad. No, he was.
We're the opposite of gentle parenting.
Yeah, just
survival of the fittest.
Get it done.
So that's my water. Anyways, Zach, anything else, Zach?
Oh, yeah. Monk's Thursday.
Monk's Thursday, Thorson and Heilprin. Can't wait. We will, no sinus thing this time, baby. We're good. We're ready.
And I'm clean, too.
We're dialed in.
I think we're all
you
good
didn't
to
have
go.
a beer last time. You were.
I didn't.
You were a little under the weather, too.
Wasn't feeling great.
Time to make up for it tenfold.
I actually went on Sunday to Monk's.
What did I do Sunday? Oh, I just stayed in.
For a few beers.
What did I do? Stayed in? Yeah, I stayed in.
Well, you don't. I mean, you're not drinking anymore, so.
Well, just Thursdays.
Right.
And I did
Fridays
on Saturday,
and
too.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And sometimes Sundays.
Yeah. So I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
Zach, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. You want to stick around for some phone calls?
I'm good.
Okay.
It's not because I don't want
No,
to.
you got to do it. It's the camping.
Yeah, I'm just going to record.
Yeah. Tell Jesse we said hi, all right? Mm-hmm. All right, there he goes, Zach Heilprin, our sports director. Wrong button. Sorry, that was line 2. Line 1, good morning.
Ebo, I think you might have been a Tide Pod kid. Just wrong era.
We had... Why is that?
Well, you just told us, well, I heard about this thing that might kill me, so I think I might try it. You know what I mean?
I couldn't tell you where it comes from or what it was.
Yeah. Well, You have a curious personality, right? You hear about things and you want to give them a try. You'll try anything once.
Think about it. I'll never forget it. I go down to the bottom of the pool. I go 1 and jump back up. Go back down. 2. Well, I'm at 9. I couldn't tell you where I have no idea. It's just that was my one.
Hey, kid, you know the other kids in your class are a couple inches taller, and you see those things that your mom throws in the laundry. Just eat a couple of those.
Ooh, look tasty.
You might grow a couple of inches, and it'll clean you out really well because it'll help you keep from getting sick. He was like, "I'm in."
Well, we had a big like 5-gallon bucket of powder detergent. Maybe I was just taking handfuls of that and eating them.
That explains it. Hey, that was a hell of a segment with Joe Thomas yesterday. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was really cool. He's a really cool dude.
It was kind of like the ultimate dink segment. You've heard the term dink?
Yeah, dual income, no kids.
Dual income, no kids, because you're like, yeah, well, you guys are both talking about your extended workout routines, and then he's talking about buying Wagyu beef. Is like, this is what you got to have it all the time. I'm like, I'm shopping online afterwards, which, by the way, I put it in an order, sent an email, let them know.
Nice.
Show sent you.
Yeah. Well, Vegabond, there's one little difference, though. I am a dink. My wife and I, dual income, no kids. He has a thing. He's got a thing called FU money. So he has kids. He's on the FU money kind of thing. So
to be clear, middle-aged people who have more than $10 million in a bank account somewhere are dinks. Like they just like they have reached the threshold, to your point, where it no longer matters, and the rest of all the listeners here with like 3 kids at home are like, Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I'm sitting here too. I'm like, man, I want Wagyu beef breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I also don't want to be in the poorhouse. What do you want? Live on the street and eat Wagyu beef for every meal, or have a house and not?
I'm not gonna lie. I had $800 in the cart, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, well, for the first time getting it shipped. Right? I'm like, maybe I should start a little smaller scale because I don't know, it's really cool. They do, Hall of Fame Meats does ship, kind of wherever you are, and they have the dry ice and the packaging and whatnot. But, for me, I went a little bit smaller scale, and they also had a bunch of beef jerky, and I'm comfortable with beef jerky getting shipped.
Dude, he gave me a couple packages of the beef jerky. It is incredible. It is amazing. So I highly recommend the beef jerky. It was really good. I had to snatch it out of my wife's hand last night because she was trying to eat it all.
It looked awesome. So I had to divulge in some of that stuff. But hey, great conversation on the Badgers. The Paul Chryst stuff's not going to die, man. I mean, this guy's going to have players in the league forever, right? Yeah. Skylar Bell, man, if he goes day 2, could you imagine if he's a second-round pick? And so you have Chimere Dike, what was he, the first pick of the 4th round?
Yeah.
You have Skylar Bell, second-round pick. You have Vinny Anthony, probably late round. Let's go 6-7 or so round pick. You have Graham Mertz in the NFL. You have Braylon Allen. Obviously, he was the top half of the draft pick, maybe mid-4th round there. So you have 3 or 4 offensive linemen from that team also picked, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, they really turned over the apple cart right when their best recruiting class, the most talent the program's ever really had, was like freshmen and sophomores.
Yep. Well,
and they just said, we understand that we have a lot of talent. We understand that we rebuilt the wide receiver room with speed. We understand that we kind of modernized the offense with a little bit of, talent on the edges. And we understand that they're all freshmen and sophomores. Look, we're not going to see it through.
Vegabond, there was a time, remember, Wisconsin football, a huge offensive line, awesome running backs, a strong defense. You'd have guys littered all over the draft. Now you got Mason Reiger, 4th round, was here for a year, and that's about it. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's remarkable, and I know, people are probably tired of the conversation and whatnot, but it's interesting to me to see all the takes that we had in 2021, 2022, 2023, right? There's no talent, all this stuff. The talent's just not there. And then to see how it plays out over time and where these cats actually land, right? You had a couple of Badgers. I think Riley Nowakowski is set to get drafted in the middle rounds. I saw that. He might be a 4th round grade.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane. That's a guy nobody's even talked about. We talked about him a little bit as he popped up for the Indiana games. but there was so much talent. And then we have you think about Scary Alvarez, all the Twitter accounts, all the, angry fans that had the pitchforks, and you talk about the empty cupboard, and then you just look at all these draft picks. I don't know, man. I feel pretty good about where I was in my takes all those years.
Vagabond, you are a treat. I feel good about you too, brother. I always, real recognize real, my man. We'll see what happens
That's
this
all
year.
we got to do.
Vagabond,
Yeah,
much love, much love.
hey, it's March, Evo. By the end of this month, we will know whether or not to grab the pitchforks for Greg Gard or not.
Hey.
It is officially March. Lock in.
We singing karaoke the Thursday, March 19th, the night before Gregapalooza?
Is that the plan? Do we have to get there early? I can take off.
Oh, I mean, what you getting there the 19th or the 20th?
Well, probably 19th, but if we're going out, I can get there earlier.
No.
Yeah, I'll wiggle some things around. We'll make it
All
work.
right, brother. Much love, Vagabond. Talk later.
Yep, later.
Line 2, good morning.
Ebo, it's the electrifying Mr. Positive.
Mr. Positive, what do we owe the pleasure?
Yes. Hey, I just wanted to say hi. You were talking about working out.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of my stepbrothers, the Barbarian Brothers, David and Peter Paul?
The Barbarian Brothers? David and
Yes,
Peter
they were.
Yeah,
David and Peter Paul, they were in movies.
Like the Barbarians?
Well, they were in movies, Sports Illustrated 40 years ago.
Yeah, yes.
DC Cab with Bill Maher,
Yeah.
And I used to bench press almost 500, deadlift, and squat almost 7.
Mr. Positive, you were used to Mr. Positive, you're telling me that you were almost you were like Mr. Universe too?
No. Just a big, strong, 6 foot, 270 pound, 265 65-pound guy.
No kidding.
And
no, you're like
I
like Ronnie
used to,
Coleman.
Well, I like Dorian Yates.
Okay, you're like Dorian
Dorian
Yates.
had the greatest back ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't that cut and shredded though, but
yeah. Sometimes you just need those genetics. The genetics go a long way too, Mr. Positive.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And
wow.
We don't want to get into PEDs, but it's like Schwarzenegger once told me.
Yeah.
I used to work at gyms in Michigan, and he said, regardless of the steroids, the same 15 bodybuilders that won would still be winning.
Yes.
Because of the dedication and what have you.
Yeah, and the diet.
But hey, I just wanted to leave you with this. Dreams can be a blessing, or dreams can be a curse, but a man without the will to dream will always end up worse. And hit me with something. I need something from you, young man. I need it. I love it. Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Can I tell people who I am?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Gregory Balteff, Gregory. Last name Balteff, spelled B like boy, A-L, T like Tom, E like Elvis, F like Frank. Find me on Facebook, and I'm going to spread your name today on my Facebook page, Ebo, and your show, and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and everybody go for your dreams. Thank you, Ebo. You are the man.
Thank you, Mr. Positive. Take care, brother. Much love. There he goes, Mr. Positive. Worked out with the Barbarians. Oh, I know the Barbarian Brothers. I mean, it was a 1987 movie, too, The Barbarians. There's something about late 80s into mid-90s. That is the peak of cinema. That right there is pure body mass, guns blazing, babes, all of it. That right. If you want peak cinema, mid 80s to mid 90s, you can even go a little bit late 90s as well, like early 2000s. But that right there is the peak. Mr. Positive, thank you. Incredible stuff. All right, 608-321-1670 if you want to get involved. I love the phone lines. It truly is a blessing. All right, well, we'll take a little break here. I got a little college basketball I want to get to. Some Packers. Giannis is back. Anyways, I'll come right back. See ya.
Your ass is already on the line. The only question is, what are you going to do about it?
This is Over the Line on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Network.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Oh, welcome back in. Start with Grant off here. I love Grant. I was just getting him up to speed on who had called in this morning around 6:50. Our guy Hot Take Thomas. I said I had a good comparison. It's a sleeper cell that has been activated here on Sports Talk Radio. All right, 608-321-1670. Okay, I wanted to bring a couple people sent me this yesterday. So USC basketball, okay, one of their players, Chad Baker Mazzara, he's done. He's done. He has now been his playing days are over. His playing days are over, and some people were sending me some tweets about why. Now, the reality of the situation is that he was injured. And he just couldn't go anymore. And then the school and also the coach weren't going to have any more comments on it. He was one of the oldest players in college basketball during the season. He's 26 years old before leaving the team permanently. So a couple people sent me this tweet, and I wanted it to be real so bad. But what you got to do your due diligence now, because I try to fight against AI slop. I'm very pro-human. I want, the human connection, the human experience, face-to-face, mano-y-mano, toe-to-toe, knuckle-to-knuckle. I don't want, the internet, it will be the downfall and ruin of humanity. AI will take over eventually, and we'll all be like the Matrix, enslaved in pods as batteries. We might already be. This could be all simulation. Anyway, so you got to do your due diligence when you're surfing the World Wide Web. Remember when you first got the internet, and some kids are born with a tablet in their hands. I remember first getting the internet, the dial-up modem. Do you remember the emails that boomers would forward? If you don't forward this email, you're going to have bad luck for 5 years, or you're going to get ran over by a car or something. Remember those? And we'd all laugh at them, like, you're falling for it. Well, now that literally just runs rampant everywhere. But everyone just falls for AI slop and fake news, whatever. So you gotta just, all you gotta do is just a tiny bit of digging, a tiny bit. So Chad Baker Mazzara, who for USC, now he got hurt, and then he's done. He just not coming back, and the program not sharing why, but he was hurt. He's dismissed. It's over. I got this tweet, and again, I wanted it to be real, but it's not. It said Chad Baker Mazzara was dismissed from the USC men's basketball team yesterday after an internal investigation determined that he falsified his birth certificate. An anonymous tip reportedly suggested that he was a Dominican native and is actually 32 years old and a father of 4. A couple people again sent this to me. I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Looked into it. He is indeed 26 years old. He is not a Dominican father of 4 who is 32 years old. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news of the story, but it fortunately or unfortunately was satire. So there you go. People are wondering what happened to him in USC. He didn't go back to the Dominican to raise his 4 children. He just he's hurt, and then maybe something else happened, but. Yeah, Shane Tuttle was the account that posted it. And there's a whole article about Shane Tuttle. It says Shane Tuttle is a satire account that creates false tweets about college sports. And despite having, quote, everything I do is satire in his motto, Tuttle has fooled many people with his fake tweets. Some topics include Daryl Peterson being listed as out due to a belly button piercing. Members of Miami of Ohio being caught after curfew at Chuck E. Cheese. And former college basketball coaches Mel Tucker and Sharon Moore starting a podcast to discuss themes of leadership, adversity, and growth beyond football. So, there you go. Ram Jam, our guy in Scotland. What's up, Ram Jam? He said if this is a simulation, the coders have played a sick joke on making my team so bad. Ram Jim, wake up. You're in the Matrix. Wake up. Wake up. All right, we'll take a little break here. I think Grant's going to stop, and he's making some coffee. We'll be right back.
I was just fooling around.
This is Over the Line on the Wisco Sports Zone.
I wasn't.
Over the Line will resume in 5 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 4 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
right, welcome back in. Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo back last night. But not enough, though, as the Bucks got massacred 108 to 81. Kind of a tough scene right there. Giannis Antetokounmpo did acknowledge, though, he felt a little rusty during that loss, but it was indeed good to be back. You talk with the media, and by the way, with Giannis back, now you know how the NBA doesn't want to. They got a tanking problem. They have a lot of problems, but tanking is one of them. But now with Giannis Antetokounmpo back, there was a hilarious little blurb on NBA on ESPN about how the Bucks, the host was like, you know, I don't want to say this, but the Bucks now need to tank with Giannis back. It would behoove them. Anyways, Giannis Antetokounmpo said, he had this to say.
I don't know. Hopefully next game. I don't know. The team was playing really good, really good, and the ball was moving. They were fighting open guys. They were defending. They were competing. Even from yesterday in the first half against Chicago, the ball was hopping, right? Minus the game against New York, that I think we over-dribbled as a team. But overall, I feel like the team has been in such a good groove, right? So we just got to get back to that.
Back in the
doesn't matter
groove.
what we did against the second half against Chicago, what we did tonight. If guys were tired or whatever, we got to get back to competing, right? So we got to keep on moving the ball, finding open shot, keep on creating advantage for the next guy. And by doing the little things, we're going to get ourselves back in the rhythm. Obviously, like I've never played with Uz, or haven't played with Cam. I've played with Jericho, but at times. So we're going to get back in the rhythm, but it's going to be a game at a time.
Got to get back into the rhythm, back into the groove for Giannis. All right, got to get back into the groove of things. Giannis always pretty open, honest to the media, man. He always says something, people want to twist it and turn it into something else. But he's got to get back into the groove. Missed a lot of time, and now back to it happens. Bucks 11th in the East. 608-321-1670, line 1. Good morning.
Evo, hey, it's Mezzy.
Mezzy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mezzy, what's up, bro? What's going on, man?
Hey. So, I hate to jump on you here. I know you just had Giannis on, but I wanted to
No, dude, you're
get
fine,
back
dude.
to something.
Please.
So, from last hour, Robbie, it's time we take the temperature down a little bit here.
Take the
Here's
temperature. Take the temperature down on Matt LaFleur or the Packers as a whole.
Well, yeah, I think the Packers as a whole.
Okay.
Now, I've been bitching about LaFleur for 3 years. Like, I was doing it before it was cool, right?
Right.
So, and, my buddy actually shut me up one time. He's like, dude, you got to stop. All right, fine. It was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, fast forward to this year, I mean, before Micah went down, things were going good. Like, I stopped. I stopped bitching about LaFleur. I'm like, hey, look, he's got the team kind of going the way he wants. They were playing defense.
Sure.
Aside from special teams, every return, there was a penalty. We had missed kicks. We had, obviously the onside kick that didn't go our way.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, like this concern about Rich Bisaccia and the grades that came out recently or whatever. But I just don't want to get. I think that we're getting caught up. We're victims of a recency bias here. Like the Bears went out on kind of a high note. I mean, they were clinging. I mean,
yeah, you could argue, Mezzy, that the Packers beat themselves those two games for sure against the Bears.
The Bears' lifeline to the playoffs, the life support system was Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
So let's not sit here and pretend like all of a sudden we've got some division smashing mongers down there. I mean,
sure.
Their quarterback's got painted fingernails, dude. I mean, come on.
They're not going to like that in Indiana when they move, Mezzy.
Yeah, Hammond may not treat him as well as their lefty friends.
No, but I hear what you're saying. Ease up a little bit. Yeah, because you're right. When Micah Parsons went down, I mean, everything was humming along pretty nice. And he went down, and then it all – well, could you make the argument, though, as the head coach, you got to rally the boys or what? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I do think that there's something to that for sure. They found ways to lose after Micah went down, and you hate to have that as your crutch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was pretty devastating. But realistically, if you take special teams out of the equation, we're looking at like a 2 seed probably, and that's why I think that this whole Bisaccia lose and sleep thing. I think it's a great storyline. I keep pounding on it, but if I was him, I'd have been losing sleep too because his units were failing.
Stunk.
Okay, I mean, I was losing sleep over, for God's sake. But at the
I
same
hear you,
time,
Mezzy. I hear you, Mezzy. Yeah, you bring up some good points because everyone. You got to have an enemy, right? Everyone wants one person to. You need a public enemy number one, and it's easy to get on the floor right now because everyone's pointing the finger at him. You are right. You are right on that. Maybe ease up a bit.
Yeah, maybe. I'm by no means an apologist for the guy. I think they should have got rid of him, but I just think as the organization as a whole, I think we're getting a little bit too doom and gloom here. And I mean, think about in the last 3 years. Okay, Robbie used the word mediocrity, and that's the result. I'm not going to take issue with that. But 3 years ago, we were in salary cap hell. We got out of it. We've maintained our relevancy, and we got out of it within a couple of years without a rebuild.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't think that the arrow's pointed down. I think things are going to be good. And I mean, Robbie is who he is. I think he's a great. I tune in every week for him, so it's awesome.
Mezzy, you're onto something here, buddy. I like to live my life, glass half full. I've been looking at the Packers as it's half empty. Maybe it's time to turn over a new leaf and find something positive. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, Mezzy. We're going to go more of the not Mr. Positive who's been calling in, but on the positive side of things. Okay, I'll do that.
Well, I'm glad, man.
Mezzy, much love, brother. Take care. All right. See you, buddy. Mezzy, good stuff too. Great on Twitter as well. All right. Well, I mean, you do need. Listen, you got to know your enemy. And right now, for Packer fans, I mean, Bisaccia is gone. You can't be mad at Jonathan Gannon, the new DC, and he hasn't given up a touchdown on the first drive of the season yet. For we wanted to fire him. You can't be mad at the new special teams coordinator. Can't even really remember his name half the time. Adam Stenovich, the OC, you can't be mad at him. He doesn't do anything. He's the assistant to the head coach. I don't even know I don't know why Adam Stenovich even exists for the Green Bay Packers. Maybe after a stalled out drive from LaFleur takes him aside to a side room and he beats him relentlessly with a wooden dowel or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's there for. He's Matt LaFleur's whipping boy. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll do that. But you need an enemy. You always got to know your enemy. And right now for Packer Nation, public enemy number one is indeed Matt LaFleur. But, Mezzy and Goose Eggs on Twitch here, he said, Ebo, time to quit whining and sack up. All right. Maybe we turn over a new leaf here. Instead of doom and gloom, we look at positives for the Green Bay Packers. I think we got a show tomorrow. Sounds good. Mezzy, thanks, brother. Sometimes you need a little pep talk. Sometimes you need a little pep talk. Final segment. It's coming up next. Stick around.
isn't this great? Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
This is Over the Line.
You gonna recite me a poem? Easy.
On the West Coast Sports Zone.
Over the Line will resume in 3 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 2 minutes. Over the Line will resume in 1 minute. Over the Line will resume in 30 seconds.
Well, Grant Bills, good morning.
Good morning, Evo. Are you Van Halen maxing this morning?
Well, this is Ozzy, but I was Van Halen maxing earlier, yes.
I heard a lot of
I
Van
was
Halen.
Van Hagaring maxing, actually.
Okay.
You know, there's Van Halen, then there's Van Hagar. I was Van Hagar maxing.
Yeah.
And now I'm, this is my second Ozzy song today.
Bill and I were talking about David Lee Roth on the drive back from Indy.
Yeah, what was the conversation there?
We're Hagar guys. We're
Yeah,
men,
no,
we're
I
men of-
know,
men of
yeah,
the
yeah.
guard.
I like, you know, I like Van Halen. I like David Lee Roth. I like Van Hagar.
I'm not anti David Lee Roth.
He just gets a little too artsy sometimes. And listen, like he should be living down on like Willie Street.
David Lee Roth?
Yeah. Sometimes he gets a little too artsy.
I
David
would
Lee
like
Roth.
to live on Willie Street. If he moves down there, can you let me know? Because I would like a roommate. Down
I like
there.
David Lee Roth.
I do too.
I would
DLR.
I would rather party with Sammy Hagar though.
I don't know, man. Isn't he sober now?
He was got a tequila. Who, Hagar?
Yeah.
I don't him and Guy Fieri have a tequila together.
Well, Leroy Butler has a vodka line. He doesn't drink.
That's true. They're
It's
opportunistic.
You know what's disgusting is I always use the perfect celebrity comparison for this is either the Workaholics guys or the Always Sunny guys. Like that's the perfect. It's cool to have your own brand of liquor, but it's also cool to be sober. Like I bet all those guys are sober, but those guys also have their own. What is it like 7 Hell? No, they have their own 4 Walls whiskey or something. I always
to use a it's Always Sunny quote. They're always playing both sides so they come out on top.
yeah.
Well, Grant.
Yep.
This morning you and I both had the same kind of problem.
Uh-huh.
You woke up early to do what?
Correct. I got up at 5 because I wanted to see this blood moon everyone's been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the max visibility is supposed to be like 5:30. It was supposed to peak at like 5:30.
Yeah, I haven't even begun to peak yet.
To use another Always Sunny line.
Andy, so you went out there. You woke up a little extra early, went out there.
This isn't a starter moon. This is a finisher moon.
And you didn't even see a moon.
No, because it was cloudy.
Your rage became untethered and knows no bounds.
And like, yeah, I was upset. I went back to bed. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was just bummed because I was excited to see the thing.
I was driving into work this morning, Grant, and I always get a good view of the moon as I'm going down what formerly was beautiful John Nolan, now just a cesspool of construction and equipment and people that have run over a bunch of cones. But you'd see the moon over the lake is beautiful.
Oh,
Grant, many times I've wanted to see a certain kind of moon, and then I had an epiphany, and I wanted like to share it with you.
Okay.
Grant, it's seeming like every month, there is some type of moon that they talk about that this only happens once every whatever.
This is true.
And every time that you do see it, it kind of just looks the same. There's a blue moon, a blood moon, a harvest moon, a wolf moon, a snow moon, a pink moon, a strawberry moon,
I feel like
a buck
this
moon.
one was a slight level above, though. It was a lunar eclipse.
And the beauty of it is it'll happen again.
In 2028, I believe. So we're going to have to wait 2 years.
But in the
It's like the
meantime,
Olympics.
you will see other types of moons throughout there that you will either miss and or see. And you could say, one up, I saw the blood moon. Did you? No? Loser?
True. Many moons.
Many moons.
Many, many moons.
And if you would like, I think Bill Michaels could be mooning us right now. Just turn his camera on.
He could be.
Bill, are you mooning us?
I'm dropping trowel right now.
Oh, no.
I'm dropping it right now.
This was not planned, by the way. Well done, Bill.
Smacking ass on the air.
I just turned your mic on to see if you were...
I'm just screaming stuff out in the studio, man.
Hey, Bill, put your pants
by
on.
the way, I'm going to be with Sammy Hagar this summer.
You are?
Yeah.
Does he drink?
Yeah, he's got Cabo Wabo. That's his tequila.
Is Guy Fieri going to be there?
No, he's going to be playing at Sturgis out at Full Throttle, and we've got him.
Hey, look into the story. Sammy Hagar, the Cabo Wabo, like a ton of it was stolen from those guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Drug cartel got it down in Mexico.
Yeah, crazy.
Yep.
Oh, you tell Sammy I'm a Hagar guy, all right, Bill?
And I'll show him my ass too.
Stud. Bill, I'll let you get ready for your show, Bill. Put your pants on.
My God.
Put your pants on. All right, Grant. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Drive at 55, man.